Govs Radio. This is where you go if you want to see something or if you want to hear something funny. Coming up in just a couple of minutes. This is a joke I told. What? I'm not on Gov Radio? Call the police. Call my agent. Hi.
The Knockem Dead Comedy Radio Show also brought to you by Two Eagles Auto Body. For more than 25 years, Two Eagles Auto Body has been the leader in auto body repairs and customer satisfaction on Long Island. Two Eagles Auto Body handles every type of auto repair, from custom applications and restorations to repairs involving insurance claims. So call Two Eagles Auto Body and ask for John Rossi at 516-328-2527.
Behind the bag, it gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win it.
Hello, Tony. Mookie Wilson here, 1986 Mets. How you doing? Long time no see, man. Hey, man, I miss you guys, man, at Knockem Dead Comedy Radio, man. I miss you. I wish I was still up there, man. But I'll wait till it warms up a little bit, and hopefully this year things will be a little bit better, man. But when we're talking about comedy, hey, the early years of Mets was a lot to laugh about. You had to make a lot of comedy off those guys. Hey, hope to see you guys during the summer, and hopefully get back on the show, man, at some point in time during the course of the year, all right? All right? Yeah, fine. Contact me, man. All right, Tony. Talk to you later.
3-2 to Mookie Wilson.
You wanna listen as the show begins. You're telling all your friends the party never ends. Knockem dead. Knockem dead. Comedy show. I'm gonna get my sticks. The mic is live and clear for you and all to hear. Knockem dead. Knockem dead. Comedy show.
We're coming. Here we come.
Coming all over the place.
That's right. There we are. Hi, everybody. It's Friday. Welcome to the Knockem Dead Comedy Show. Good to see you. Andy's here.
Yeah.
We're hanging out with you on YouTube, Gov's Comedy Club Podcast YouTube channel. We're on Facebook as well, but we're interacting with you on YouTube. So if you'd like to say hi, and we hope you do because we like hearing from everybody, comment on the YouTube thread. That's the thread that we're following. The Knockem Dead Comedy Show, live from the legendary Governor's Comedy Club on Gov's Comedy Club Podcast. Laura Patton scheduled to be here. We have not heard from her, so we're assuming she's on her way. We hope she's not. Hope she's not using us as her
Escape.
Yeah, like she's actually going somewhere else.
Right. Oh God, this is the sleepover thing.
Right. I slept over at your house.
I'm
You slept
going
over
on Laura Patton's podcast today at 11. You know, is that like we all just like play hooky somewhere?
Well, she kind of did that on Facebook.
Right.
Come watch me and Andy.
And he didn't even notice it. I'm
Yes.
the one who pointed
Andy
it out
filled me in.
because I'm very sensitive to those sort of things.
Yeah. So if she shows up, she's getting yelled at
In your
or questioned, I should say.
Yes, probably afraid. What are you afraid, Laura? What are you afraid of, Laura Patton?
She's not afraid of
I
me.
love her. I can't be angry. I'm over it.
See that? You can't even be angry.
I can't because it's like seriously, I get like the biggest big sister vibes.
Oh, all right.
Like
It's not a smashing vibe.
no. Well, I mean, she's beautiful, but like I don't know. Like past that, it's. I have a beautiful wife that I'm.
Yes, you do.
You know, but I mean, it's just my brother and I. When we were young, we used to always say like, like I wish we had an older sister. And Laura vibes is like what that older sister would be like.
Well, yeah, she is older than you.
Like that, like a lot older. Like super older.
She is so much older than you.
Incredibly older than me. Hey, beautiful.
Oh!
Hey, you look so good.
Well, that's a given.
I can't fight this fear
Anymore.
Did you start?
Yeah, we just
No,
started.
no. You're good. You can
Well,
just
you're
throw
stuck
your
in the
shit
place.
everywhere.
Holy
This is a
crap.
4-hour intro.
Oh, we
Yeah,
did
yeah,
the 4-hour
yeah,
intro.
Yeah, it's 4 hours later.
Dang it. Is we on Central Time? I'm coming.
Well, and yeah, when you sit down, we have to talk to you.
Oh.
Well, I have to talk to you.
Well, I know. I promised you
Well,
that it would
yes,
be me.
yes.
So that it means something.
Oh, good.
Well,
I gotta tell you how I called Les Bayer's Charlie from the Chocolate Factory's other grandfather that didn't go to the factory.
oh, nice. I like
That's
that.
great.
Which grandpa? What? Because
The one
it's
that
Joe and
didn't leave the
Josephine.
bed.
Joe and Josephine. But what's the? Because it's Joe and Josephine, and then
Yeah.
it's a matching kind of name like that as well.
Maybe like Mary and Mark or something like that.
Yeah.
Whatever. I'm jumping all over, but he hosted at I did McGuire's last. Anyway, but he I go give it up for Les. He made him to recognize him from Charlie in the Chocolate Factory. He's the grandfather that didn't go to the factory.
That's great.
That really is funny.
Oh my goodness. Okay, go ahead. What's your beef?
Okay, well, so you
I'm
did
not
the
on the thing.
Well, no, that's on a delay.
Oh, okay.
That's delayed. But yeah, you're there.
you did a nice little promo, and you said how we were going to talk
Yeah,
about
I wanted
something.
to introduce
Yes.
myself. Hi,
This is
I'm
Tony Walker.
Tony,
This is
yeah.
his podcast. I don't know if you knew that.
Did you see
but
what
now
he
you
said?
do.
Did you see what he said?
I said it to him. I said that's why she wrote it
He
that
set
because
it
of what
up.
I said.
He
Yep.
said, "Watch, I'm going to sit back."
Oh yeah, no, he said some other
I'm
shit
turning
too,
my mic off in a few minutes.
where he was like, Andy's gonna be here and with Laura, and they're gonna talk nonstop. Yeah, nonstop.
When did I say that?
You said it while Kaplan was in here. Yesterday.
Oh,
It was one of the few things I heard. I'm like, I'm taking shit for no fucking. All right.
If you even look at the banner, he says, "Join me as I sit back and watch Andy and Laura talk."
I did read that.
He fucking said it. So now I was like, sitcom neighbors is my obsession.
I barely planned anything to talk about today. I figured
Nothing. Come on, like you playing stuff, Tony.
I planned a little bit.
Okay,
I wanted to ask
you
you
know
guys.
what? Let's let Tony. Tony, you're in charge. Tony.
Yeah. What do you got?
Damn
what do you
straight.
got,
It's about
Tony?
time you realize that.
Go ahead, Tony. Let's go.
Did you guys?
Nobody
You see
cares
this
about that?
this Carlin thing?
One word answers. No.
okay.
Yes.
I can't even get through it. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
The documentary's two-parter.
That's more than one word. No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about his new comedy special,
Carlin.
George Carlin.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. I'm not gonna.
Do you know what I'm talking about, though?
Yes.
Oh, okay, you do. All right.
See, he made me do the one word answer that time.
Yes.
Yes.
See, I'm a good straight man. So there's this AI thing called what's it called? It's this thing called Dudesy, like dude, S-Y, Dudesy.
Dude.
You're looking at me so seriously.
I thought that was one word. I went, dude.
Come on, it's Tony's show.
Dudesy.
Okay.
It's an AI animated thing. They actually put together a new Carlin special, and it's AI, it's computer animation, but then they worked it out to have Carlin's voice, so it's like a new Carlin special, and it's awful. Do you agree?
No.
Why don't you agree?
Whose material is it?
I have no idea.
AIs.
I guess maybe the AI wrote it. And is
Wow.
Fuck.
And now his daughter has come out speaking against it.
Of course, it's a copyright issue. It's bullshit.
Is it a copyright issue? Like they're not stealing, they're not using material. They wrote new stuff.
Look, legally, I can get Carla Ogerson on the phone, and it's if you use your image, likeness, or anything in a domain and perpetrate it to be the person. You can't
Well, that's
do
why
that.
the guy ended up doing an impression of.
They actually do
Carlin.
a little pre thing before the show where they actually say, and I have it here somewhere. Let's see. Humans. No, that's not it. Dudesy addressed the impersonation of Carlin, who died nearly 16 years ago of heart failure at the age of 71. I just want to let you know very clearly that what you're about to hear is not George Carlin. It's my impression of George Carlin that I developed in the exact same way a human impressionist would. I listened to all of George Carlin's material and did my best to imitate his voice, cadence, and attitude, as well as the subject matter I think would have interested him today. So think of it like Andy Kaufman impersonating Elvis or Will Ferrell impersonating George W. Bush.
But they say ridiculous things about those people.
Yeah, it's a hyperbole of the person.
Well, remember when Kevin Pollak was talking to us,
Yes, on this very show.
and we talked about
Last
like
famous person
how-
to be here in years. Go ahead, go. Go ahead.
and by Zoom. And by the
You're
way,
welcome.
By the way, Grandpa George.
Oh,
Because it's George and Georgina.
Nice, thank you.
Oh, it was annoying how I had to get there.
Yeah, I
you
saw
would
you
get
looking
it.
at it.
But fuck, what were we talking
Just
about?
like
what was
Tuesdays.
the thing he
Just
was
like
talking
Tuesdays.
about?
Les Bayer's Grandpa George. What'd he say? Something.
Filling
Kevin
it
Pollak.
out.
Oh, he name dropped Kevin Pollak.
Okay, I name dropped.
Yes.
Kevin Pollak because
See, now she's forgetting your year.
I talked
Oh,
about
I
how
know
I said to him how he opened up a lot of impressions for me.
Yeah.
Because like the way he did it, I then was like, oh, I actually see how I can do it. And then I'd mentioned to him about how his he was interviewed by Craig Ferguson, and in that interview, you talked about how his that you can't, like, it's got to be ridiculous. It can't be a dead-on impression.
It has
of
to.
somebody.
What you do, it's an exaggeration of one. Sure, it's like think of it as like when the guy paints a caricature at Disney,
Right.
Like you take the one feature that's predominant or whatever, and I go above and beyond because I know, because I'm not sitting there drawing. It's not a chalk nice drawing of
Right.
you. It's intended to be. This is not me.
Kind of like a
It's
backhanded compliment. You're going to pay me to roast you in paper and charcoal. But
exactly.
He ends up doing doing a quick impression of Christopher Walken, because I'm like, Christopher Walken's one of the ones that you opened up, and he
More
goes
cowbell.
and he goes, marsupials are so fast. And we lost our shit when he said it. I'm like what? And even I think Tony's one was like, how did you even think to like say that? And he's like, the more banal it is,
Yeah. It makes it more.
it for somebody like
I'm
him.
guessing for like listen for a second. I'll turn off one more thing. I'm guessing Carlin's daughter, because he's putting clips out there.
Oh, he put a full special out.
Right, but I'm sure there's clips of it without that bumper
Right.
up in front of it and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
because somebody's going to cut that out to make room in their own.
Yeah. So I'm
Yeah, true.
thinking, number one, it sucks. Number two, it's not endorsed. So there's a guy right now. I think. Oh my God, Ellen Karas. You know Ellen. The
Oh,
Greek-
yeah.
So she was posted. She was at a thing where a guy did a one-man show. Ronnie Marco. I could look. I'll get a mess of the name. But it was like a Lenny Bruce tribute.
Oh, yes.
Oh, that's
yeah.
like the guy that does the Frank Sinatra.
And the Tom Jones and the Engelbert Humperdinck.
But you wonder if, and I was on a cruise with all Elvis in person, but look, I'm not helping. No, I'm not. It's Tony's agenda.
Right.
No, so
Nothing interesting. No color.
No color.
This is going to be a black and
now
white.
you guys are being
Black.
racist. That's
No,
just ridiculous.
Oh, absolutely.
No.
You fucking sauce monkey.
So-
Oh, shit, you are too.
You garlic eaters, Potter.
Tomato growers.
Such a. Everyone misses that. Everyone misses that in It's a Wonderful Life. When Potter's like, keep giving money to these garlic eaters.
Yeah. No, that's
Quality-
fucking great.
Quality insult, but no, we're reparations.
Billy's the
Anyway.
one who gave me sauce monkey. But
Make
go
sure
on.
I tell you about the Kiwanis and the reparations joke I made last night after the mic is off. So anyway,
I'm looking forward to.
no, the guy, I think, first of all, if you have an endorsement from his daughter, the guy sucks. The guy can't. So I think AI is bad.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm
the
not a fan.
toothpaste is out of the fucking tube. Like,
Right.
Right. Yes.
What are you gonna do? Like, things like this are going to continue to.
So it's right
happen.
now everyone's doing AI LinkedIn profiles, like their pictures, as opposed to like getting like a professional photo shoot
Right.
or whatever. And I was like, girl, that ain't you. Like,
Right.
I don't know what.
Right. It's like you know what it is? It's the virus, the mind virus of online dating profiles is spreading
It's the Bitcoin
everywhere.
of garbage. Did you watch Bitcoin, by the way, on HBO?
Not yet. Well, I don't have HBO. That might be why. I'm
I'll
like
give you my HBO Max password when I'm done.
no, because I feel like that would be like
No, don't you dare say
But
that
our
would be
corporate
stealing.
overlords would not like it, Laura.
Oh, and make sure when we're off the air, I talk about this Miss Piggy bit I'm working on.
Oh my God.
Big.
I would love to hear about it, Laura. She's my favorite comedian.
There's only one. Why only? No, I'm not. I'm not giving it to you.
Okay,
Why
go
only one? Why only one?
Pig?
Oh, no, I know the pig. No, there were pigs in space. There were a lot of.
They're
pigs.
all pigs.
Aren't they hurt?
In space.
Why only one female? Listen, why
Of the core.
Yeah, why Smurfette? What Papa Train run a train on her? Like, what's going on?
Yeah, no, the gangbang, I have to say,
Yeah.
that's for like, remember, you couldn't get porn so easy back then. So I
was
think
it Smurfette?
I think it's Smurfette. And you remember Smurfette started out as black hair. It wasn't even
Oh,
brunette.
really?
Yeah, you don't remember the origin story? Well, you would have been a little older. You both would have been a little past.
I never watched
I
Smurfs.
like I
You
was
couldn't, Tony, you would
Smurfs
be-
was like for my age.
So my sister was more. My sister's born in '71, so she was more of a Smurfer.
Well, I was 75. I
Yeah,
was
so then you were when
balls
the
deep in
cartoon-
Smurfs.
Yeah, you were
to
balls
be
deep
both
in Smurfs.
figurative,
Who wasn't?
figuratively and
Who
literally.
wasn't? Blue balls deep in Smurf. All right. Oh,
So she would
we
start
dig-
out as a black
we
hair.
digress. Next topic.
Oh, yeah.
Tony.
There were other female Muppets, but you're right. In the core was just Miss Piggy.
Jan, the crackhead from the band. That's
Janice.
it. Give me a
Jesus,
Janice.
she has a
Well,
name.
She counts.
Janice.
Why
Say her
doesn't she
name.
count?
Hashtag say her name, Laura Patton.
Hashtag meth. She was on Matt. Okay, give me the next female
But why
Muppet.
doesn't she count?
She's fine because I make a
She's
joke.
in the band though.
She's
like,
in a band.
what?
She's a
Nobody
background
cares
player.
about musicians.
Give me another one.
Wanda.
Who's Wanda?
Wayne and Wanda. They would always do like a dance.
Did she make it to Muppet Show or she was Sesame Street?
No, she was on Muppet Show because what it
Wanda?
was. Yes, because it was the what's the fucking Polish guy. And we're going to play some polka music. The guy who had a show every Sunday.
Hey, Crazy Harry that threw the fish?
No, real person.
I know.
Why can't I remember? This
I'm
is
going
the
to give it
second
to you.
time
My
recently.
grandfather listened to Lawrence
Lawrence
Welk.
Welk. Yeah, thank you. And so on
No,
Lawrence
it's not
Welk.
quick. Tony got that.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Thanks,
told-
Tony.
Thanks,
I didn't
Tony,
have it.
who's running the show.
But Wayne
Oh,
and
it's so
Wanda.
topical subject here. Lawrence Welk.
Lawrence Welk would always have like this young couple that would dance together.
Yes,
they were
yes,
brother
yes.
and sister.
It was a little like the Sakatumi scene of where they would break.
Laughing. See, I got that one.
Were we looking for that? Because we
You
didn't.
did. You
what
said
do you want-
socket
what do
to
you
me.
You
want-
know Sakatumi wasn't from Laughing?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, it was.
We know that.
What do we? What do we want to talk about laughing? Then,
Yeah, go ahead, Tony.
Go
What do you
ahead.
got?
Why are you interjecting?
Yeah, bring it up.
Because I was just enhancing her point. She said Sakatumi, and then she went like she was trying to remember where Sakatumi came from.
No, I
so you're welcome.
wasn't. No, I
Yeah.
wasn't.
All right.
You're welcome.
Okay, go ahead. One of the Smothers Brothers died this month, but okay.
Oh,
go
I
ahead,
know,
keep
my
doing it.
favorite.
Really, I was not a Smothers Brothers.
Steve
fan.
Martin used to write for them.
Yeah, like that's like there's like I have a complex, and much like with your show of shows and whatnot, they had like so many people that wrote.
And
And there
speaking
were,
of
like,
Wayne
Pat
and
Paulson.
Wanda, because I pulled her up,
Wayne and Wanda.
Wayne and Wanda were just like George and Georgina, and that was probably a theme to have the same name. She was such a bit player that I had to look her up.
No, I know that.
So
The
give me
new-
another female.
I'm trying.
Muppet.
I'm actually
The
trying
new
to help
Muppet.
your fucking.
The new Muppet.
Because you what you need is to back. Oh, sorry. What?
There's a new.
What, Tony?
Well, about like I want to say within the past 5 or 10 years,
Yes,
they have a new Muppet
Zoe,
with autism.
Zoe, Sesame Street,
That's
and
Sesame
another
Street,
one.
yeah.
So what?
Special
That's still a Muppet.
No,
It is
we're
a
talking
Muppet,
about
but
the
we're talking
show.
about like the Muppets.
We're talking about premiere.
Oh, so we can't.
Not like the Muppets. We're talking about the
Not like
proper
the
noun.
wheelchair one, like me and my chair. No, I'm not talking about that.
Well, not. See,
Oh, you want to fucking
why
cry?
doesn't she count?
No, no, not yet.
When Mr. Hooper died, the
Well, listen,
episode.
awful.
Let me. Okay.
Oh, yeah, I remember
We're not
that.
going to talk about it.
No, Gordon broke down.
Yeah.
Bob. I felt
But
like I had to call him.
who did they explained it to Elmo?
Yes.
Oh God, how heartbreaking.
Deep.
Okay, and then
Ugh.
ooh, dead puppies, dead puppies, dead puppies.
Grammar eating garbage. Grammar eating garbage.
Yeah.
Grammar eating garbage.
Oof.
Um,
Gilfs.
Tell me, Latin 42, regular 61.
Wayne and Wanda are like Nelson Eddy and Jeanette McDonald.
Yes.
That's
Who's
from
that,
Vic-
bossy?
Vicky.
So I'm trying to think
Vicky.
of other.
Vicky Remical Grimm.
So give me. I'm telling you. I think
What
I'm,
about
I'm onto
Robin?
something.
Just
Who's
kidding.
Robin?
I'm wrong gendering the.
Batman?
No, I'm wrong gendering Kermit's nephew.
Oh yeah. Oh, I know.
Oh, I forgot about
Scooter. Scooter was trans.
Oh,
someone's
Scooter's
calling.
like the original Trans
Oh,
Muppet.
so we're getting a phone call.
that. No, we're not
No,
getting
we're
a
not.
phone call.
Oh, I was hoping.
Sorry.
It's his show, you know.
I know. My bad. But we'll table the female Muppet thing because I thought about it like.
I'll be thinking about
Because
it.
if you think about it, I did start to go deep on my thing, and it's because
hot.
most of the you're welcome fisting. Most of
Fisting
it
Muppets.
was
Yes.
the Muppeteers
Yes.
were predominantly male.
Oh God, yeah.
So if you really think about a female puppet, like I said, I know why they were not. Because who wants a man's hand up my snatch telling me what to say?
That's awesome.
That's the punchline.
I fucking love it.
All right, so Janice.
But I think if you fill it out with like legit, like Janice,
Oh, there's
Wanda,
a lot. There's a lot.
Oh,
And you know, why was she thirsting for Kermit? You know, everyone's like, oh, if you kiss a frog, you get warts. And Kermit was like, if I bang that pig, I'll get genital warts. No, thank you.
Right.
And he had no dick. I know he had no dick because he sat on the log without pants.
you from personal experience that frog tastes just like chicken.
And I'll tell you this much: the only one she should have banged.
there was the Snoths were female.
Do, do,
Were
do,
they?
do, do.
That's what
I
it
think
says.
they're.
They were in, like, one fucking-
I think their pronoun was they.
But you're also forgetting Camellia.
Camilla.
Camilla?
Camilla.
Camilla.
Oh, come on!
Camilla.
She was the girlfriend of Gonzo,
And they didn't
She
even
was
give
a
her.
chicken.
They didn't even give her English to speak.
She didn't. She didn't even speak words. She had no talking lines.
I'd bang her.
She was, and I know Miss Piggy was with two people.
She
One-
sang in Chicken.
Charles Grodin.
No, she was with She was with the Swedish chef because he was the only one with real hands. Oh, none of them had opposable
Bork, bork,
thumbs.
bork.
I'm gonna put my finger up
He was
into
the only
your
one that
pig
could
snip.
finger blast her.
The what?
He could only finger blast her.
Yes.
And she was with Gonzo because of the nose.
Why do you want me upside down right now?
And she wasn't with Fozzie because he was gay.
What?
Bear was in his name. Thank you. Done. And we're
she
done.
is Fozzie the Bear. It's like the original bear.
Of course.
Oh my!
Waka
Fozzie
waka
was like,
waka.
waka, waka,
I
waka.
like my Cubs. I'm a big Cubs fan. Waka waka waka.
Scooter, pull
Sex
up my
makes
grinder.
everything.
Swipe right. This is the shit I do when I'm not allowed to talk on Tony's podcast.
No, yeah,
Next.
no, sorry.
Go ahead. We digress. What else do you have on
You're
air?
not
Sorry for
allowed to
wasting
talk
all
on
your-
Tony's
No,
podcast.
no.
So,
Let's go, Tony,
we're
next.
sorry we interrupted your
Sorry,
podcast
Tony.
there
That's
for a
all
second.
you do
Next
on Tony's
topic.
podcast.
Shh, next topic.
You were asked to come back next week because I'm sure you won't get through today without more to say. Carol Miner, I've never thought
Wilson
this deeply
Wilson
about the
Jr.
Muppets.
She never thought this deep.
About
Carol-
the Muppets, yeah.
I know.
Really?
She really
That's what she
should.
said.
If Carol knew how deep I think about the stupidest shit.
I mean, imagine what kind of pussy Camilla has though to keep Gonzo under wraps.
Chicken pussy?
Because he's a freak, dude.
Chicken pussy is tight. That's like duck pussy, like watertight.
He likes
you
to
know-
gobble gobble.
But he was
Get it?
completely committed to her.
was.
He
That had
was.
to been like
Yes, he was.
the line I think of is from Wolf of Wall Street where he said that her pussy was like heroin.
Yes.
So Camilla's pussy's like heroin to Gonzo.
And no offense, if it's an appearance thing, Camilla looked like every other chicken. What was it about her?
there was something a little different
no,
about
stop
her.
it. Maybe her lashes were a little longer, but
Oh,
no.
there you go. That's all you need.
She was hot.
A
She
long
was hot.
lash tickled the nuts.
Yeah.
Oh.
Gonzo's like, well, when the lights are out, I can't tell which one's Camilla.
They all look alike. They all taste like chicken. Yeah, see, we need to perfect this for my show for the 26th. We need to workshop
For
this.
sure, for sure.
Where are you on the 26th?
I am here. Well, down the street. Well, almost down the street. The Brokerage.
Oh.
My show. Of
Oh,
Risk
you're
Commute.
doing with Rick Chrome again, right?
Yes,
Cool.
and if you have time for a thing, Daniel Simonson is by far my favoritist. Is that a word? Probably
Sure.
not.
It is now.
It is now. Comedian that I've seen him at the Cellar about 12 years ago. He is the Norwegian Stephen Wright with a flat affect. He is fucking great.
Wow.
And the great
Norwegian?
Teddy Smith before he leaves to go to Europe. and be a
Conquer
movie
Europe.
star. Yeah, I know.
What do you mean? Oh, what's Teddy
He's
doing?
filming a movie that the working title is poor. I'm sure they know it. It's called The German Girl That Kills. No, The Dutch Girl That Kills Nazis.
Oh.
Oh, I just checked back into this. What?
And he is a German, a black German Jew, perhaps. I think is how it
Sure,
works,
just
'cause he
start saying
speaks
words.
Yiddish.
Just say
He's
anything.
fluent. Can you see how Teddy on stage? Baruch atah, no. He helps these. It's based on a true story. I can show you. Then we can go down a rabbit hole again. But it's based on a story of a Dutch, not a pacifist. What's the one that was
Quakers?
No, not an abolitionist. The ones that would help, like,
So
like
he
the
was
French.
so some sort of pro-slavery
No,
Dutch
the
person
word I'm
is what
thinking
you're
of.
saying.
What was the
Not
word?
it wasn't an abolitionist.
Like the French that helped hide Jews.
Le
and stuff like that. What was
resistance.
the word? The resistance.
Oui.
Right. So it was a Dutch resistance. She was in college and she helped kill Nazis, and she was a Nazi assassinator, and she ultimately got captured, and it's her life story. So it's these young girls, and Teddy is like a marksman and like helps them.
Oh, kick ass. Train them up.
Yes.
He's going to Europe to film this?
Yes.
That's so cool.
Yes.
He's in trouble.
I hope
with
he
me.
has so much fun.
Why is he in trouble?
You brought him in here that day, and
He
he's
was a
like,
delight.
Oh, absolutely.
I know.
But he was saying that day that he does not do podcasts. He
doesn't.
doesn't like do interviews. Well, guess where he's going?
Where?
This Tuesday.
Where?
He's doing Benny and Nancy's show this Tuesday.
No, he's not.
Yes, he
No,
is.
that's penance. It's sort of like
Well, they announced he is. I don't
During-
know if he's showing up or not.
in the Iliad.
Him alone. I will. No, I'm gonna. You know what? I'm not saying a word because we're having a sleepover Monday night because the Christmas party or holiday party, whatever.
Right.
So I told him to stay. So maybe because he's on Long Island, I'm gonna sit there and I'm gonna watch the three of them try to get stuff out of Teddy. Let's see how it goes. Oh, and why did Jen? Well, I don't know if we could discuss it on the air. What happened? Why is Jen out?
I
Why is
don't know.
Nancy the new Jen?
Jen has started her own show over there.
Something about wine. I saw
Yes,
that.
good for
something
her.
with wine. Yes.
Good for her. Was it a demographic thing?
No, they just
No, I mean.
Wanted to lose that last vestige of any kind of youth.
Yeah, they're like,
And
we feel like we're
vitality.
appealing to young people.
We're trying to get an exclusive deal with a chain of hospices, and they just told us we were too damn young.
This brought to you by the Atria. Who says you can't drive at night? We have vans. Can't drive at night?
Can't drive at night. Don't worry, the ambulance is here every other fucking hour.
Catch a ride on the ambulance.
Yeah, anyway, you just
no
ask her.
copay.
Well, by me, they'll be going up to Stony Brook, which is right by the mall.
I know. And the best is when they drive without the lights, they're going slow, so they're not in a rush. They can easily drop you off. But you know what?
You won't get nervous.
Hold on. Next, Tony.
Right, yeah.
After
I
do you
can't
got?
make it to
No, you
the.
had
I
George
can't make it to the
Carlin.
holiday party. I can't make it. I'm very
Why?
upset about
Where
that.
are you?
I have a PAL thing to do. Oh. I forgot. I forgot that
Yeah.
governor.
So you have to help a friend out. I don't know why it's not a dirty word. You didn't have
Yeah.
to spell it out.
Yeah, I know.
It didn't even make sense.
PAO, and it's really spelled PEDO.
Can you believe this? SHIT.
I know. I have
That
to go.
TONY
I have
is.
to go help children.
pulling-
PEDO. Well, go ahead, Tony. Carlin, check. Go ahead,
Right,
Tony.
right. What's the next one?
Next, Tony.
Last night, I went out and I saw a Prince tribute show at the Paramount.
Brian Phelan was at that show.
Oh, was he?
Yes, I was blown away. So I'll divest. Whatever. I'll take a turn on my.
You still haven't gotten a job, have you?
No.
You, like all of your like
All
work
my big
words.
work words
all
are
your
gone.
work words
The
are coming out.
synergy, the synergy.
Like, I just noticed.
No,
I'm like,
I will go off on my. I have two Prince stories.
Oh.
One about when I met Prince. One about my failure to see Prince, and two when I saw Prince by accident. So actually three. So I'll
Tell us all.
No, you go, Tony.
No, I'm asking.
No. You started your
No,
story.
you started it.
All right,
Tony.
but then when I'm
It's
done
your
with my
story.
story, since it's my show, I insist that you tell us all
Fair
three of
enough.
those stories.
So all three, and I will end with being on a flight.
This
with
guy
Prince.
was fantastic. Marshall something. He looked like him. He sang like him. He even talked like him in between songs. This show was fantastic.
Did he play ping pong like him?
Yes. Yes, he demonstrated. Well, he actually did pickleball, but it was just like Prince. This show was fantastic. I couldn't believe how good this show was. I loved it. He played all the hits. It was like a big, giant 2-hour
The
dance
Paramount
party.
Booker has an unbelievable gift to get the cover. So I am not a Led Zeppelin fan, but have you ever seen Get the Lead Out?
Yes, I have. They're
I actually
fantastic.
have. I've seen them at
now you
some
can see up
bar
there the,
years
the
ago.
pictures.
Fucking great. And then the Queen guy, Almost Queen. I saw them
Oh,
at the
they're
Paramount.
amazing.
And
Yeah, it's called Bye.
I was consumed with the guy's dick. Did you see how much he was packing in his pants?
No.
I couldn't look away because there's a lot of floor seats at the like you stand.
Right.
I was just at a eye length of the dick, and it was insane.
Good for him.
But no, Brian was at that show, so I said, "Oh,
I wish I knew. I would have gone to see him.
you could have carpooled."
I
So,
love Brian.
He's so nice.
Oh, he's
so
awesome.
he's really nice. So anyway, my first Prince thing is one. I never saw Prince. Big regret because
Yeah, me
when
too.
I
I
was
never
young enough, like Raspberry Beret, I was more of like a Purple Rain girl, and he wasn't really touring. Then when he started touring, I was like in college, didn't really have
Yeah,
like money
yeah.
for tickets. Like George
And
Michael
it's like
is
someday all seven will die.
Then he went to the big Sony fight, the sign, and he didn't tour
Right.
for a long time. Then he was very particular about where he would, and it just never lined up. So in 2008, my husband and I went to see Stevie Wonder, and he had just lost his mom, and it was an amazing show.
Your
at the
husband
bar.
or Stevie Wonder?
Stevie Wonder. Who cares? My mother-in-law, Dixie, she's still alive. Thank you. So anyway, Stevie Wonder did a show, and he was on this like new kick, but he just for some reason he was like he just played all old stuff, and every song somebody came out. Like he did a song, and all of a
cool.
sudden they were like, "Ladies and gentlemen, Tony Bennett," and they had to like
Right.
tell Stevie. No, but I knew. So all of a sudden he's playing Superstition.
Yeah,
and
neither of them recognize
He's
each
like,
other.
right. He's like Superstition, and all of a sudden someone looks in the back, and someone's like, "Holy shit! Who was playing Superstition on the guitar? Fucking Prince."
Nice.
Oh, cool.
So that was my brief thing of
I was
seeing.
hoping you were going to
Prince.
say something about Bootsy Collins being there, but
Bootsy Collins.
Was he there?
Well, he's from George
Yeah,
Clinton
Parliament
and the
Funkadelic,
Funk.
or the fucking his rubber band.
Rubber Band Man.
Bootsy's rubber band.
Yeah.
Whoa, man!
I don't know
You want to talk
Bootsy's
about the
Rubber Band.
funkiest band around?
Yeah.
Funk is a little, to me, funk is a little like twiddle and fish and jam bands, and they're
Oh,
long.
no.
So I struggle with long jams.
I see. I can't stand jam bands. But no, to me, funk.
I hate jam bands, but we'll talk about
Because
it
I
after the
love
show.
Bootsy Collins, baby. 7-Eleven Ding Dong, baby.
I don't know Bootsy as well, but Prince doing Superstition was amazing.
That's
No,
awesome.
that is fantastic.
And then my greatest Prince story, in 1999,
Prince Andrew flew me out to this island.
I had to sit
Anyway,
on
go
his
on.
lap. Anyway,
Yeah.
so
You were too old.
me and three couples. Was I?
This
me
is
and-
hot.
Oh, well.
No, me and three
You
couples
were
and I.
with 3 couples.
No.
No, saying it properly doesn't change the fact that you were totally partying with 3 other couples.
Three couples and I were going to Vegas
Right.
in 1999. TWA was still an airline. TWA's hub was St. Louis,
Yeah.
right? Smoking was not allowed on airplanes, even though they still had ashtrays on the armrests. But they would have these, I don't know if they still have them, these like pods in the airport. Like you could smoke.
Oh,
here.
yeah.
Those little like.
In Ireland, in Shannon Airport, it was just a sign hanging from the ceiling
Like,
in the
that
open
was-
in an open fucking room.
Like now I think they're breast. Now I think you can nurse in those pods, but at one point they were for smoking, right?
Right.
But they were not centrally
That
located.
doesn't sound like a good idea. That's like a place that's been polluted, and it's like you know who we should put in here, the most fucking helpless fucking beings we have. You know what? Let's get some cancer surviving 90-year-olds. That could be where they get to sit down too.
So
if they're not occupied
and
by
let's make
suckling babies.
And you can also relieve your pet. Like
Right,
right. So anyway, so they have this pod like far away from our gate. So we lay over in St. Louis and we're like, all right, we're making a connection in St. Louis. So we go, and two of my friends, Chris and Angela, whatever, have to smoke. So they're the smokers. So Chris and Angela run, and of course they have to have drinks, because they're like, we always have to fly, blah, 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 blah. So we get on the plane, and now they're like, announcement. They're like, we're missing 2 passengers. And we're like, oh, fucking Chris and Angela, because we were all sitting separate. So first class loads, everyone's on the plane, and they're like, we're closing the door. We're like, oh, Chris and Angela. They're like doing that cruise ship run.
OJ, but
And
not
they
the killing thing. The running through the
And
the
running,
airport thing.
and running slow, because clearly they're just like lit like a Marlboro Red, all
Yeah.
for one, right? So they
We
get
call
on the
that monkey
plane,
fucking.
and as Chris gets on the plane, so the whole plane is loaded, he looks to his left in first class. Who's there? Prince and his band. They got on in St. Louis. They were going to Vegas.
Oh shit.
So Chris comes back. He goes, motherfucker. Guess who's on the plane? Now, meanwhile, pre 9/11, my husband thought it was a good idea to carry a handle of Jim Beam on the plane. And there was a lot of military guys. He always gets like, hey, hunt for Red October. He always gets a gold. Like, thank you for your service with like military people.
Right.
And he was sitting next to these old ladies because we all sat separate. And he thought it was a good idea to tell people, psst, just order soda. I will tap off you. So now the whole back of the plane is wasted
Nice.
on Jim Beam and Coca-Cola. And Chris is like, hey, you in first class with the raspberry beret. And then now the whole plane, we had people singing, and the stewardess kept coming over and be like, oh, flight attendant. She was like, sir, you have to stop that. And he's like, what are you going to do? Pull over on a cloud and drop me up? Like, we just...
No,
It was bad.
We'll stop this motherfucker in Nebraska.
But you didn't. In
You'll fucking learn.
Pre 9/11, they were like, whatever.
Yeah, you're right.
And they're
You
like-
got us. Good job,
And
yeah.
they're like, hey, you serving alcohol. And he's like, what are you going to do? You know, it was bad. It was bad. So we were like, and then Prince got off. And then we had to wait while on the luggage carousel. And then it's like big guitars.
Oh,
and Prince
man.
and giant bodyguards were all like, Prince, blah, blah, blah. You know, we were like, oh, we're so funny. Oh. So anyway, we think it's all funny. And then we go to fly home. Ha ha, TWA.
We remember you. We remember you, Mr. Bartender. We don't like it when
we're
people.
running for the we're taking the red eye home, and we're coming home because we all like, God forbid you missed a day of work back
Right,
then. You're like,
right.
oh, we have like 2 weeks vacation for a year, and we come back and we're like, yeah, we're checking in. They're like, oh, you're banned from this airline. All 6 of us couldn't fly.
And you know what happened? You don't see TWA around so much anymore,
Not
do
for
you?
nothing, TWA. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
No, it was. So then they're like begging, crying. I'm calling my friend who works in operations. She's like, I don't want to touch it. You guys have flags all over.
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
I'm
Like me, they're gonna ask me questions just for making this inquiry.
I'm like, Aileen, help me out. She's like, I ain't touch. She was in operations. Like, I ain't touched it with a 10 fucking pole. And we're begging, and they're like, well, we only have first class. We had to like pay extra, and they're like, but sir, do you have alcohol on you? And my husband's like, no. And all of a sudden, he's like, I'll be right back. And he goes to the garbage pail and he goes in his backpack. Why I should have known then he was a drunk. But anyway, I should have known the 10 years I was
Speaking of
dating
flags,
him, too.
yeah.
Red flag. He was like, I was like, Viva la France with the red flag.
It's do you hear the people singing the songs of angry men? It is a
One
music
more
of
day.
one more day.
Speaker of the house, master of the end. Anyway.
On this page, I write my last confession.
So he goes to the garbage can, red eye, clearly sanitation, and the janitor. See, I do need to
Dude,
work.
janitation, that sounds like, I'm sorry, that sounds like what a word black people would use.
You know, I was in the
Yo, I was
janitation.
working in janitation back in the
union
80s.
in the janitation.
Yeah.
With the particularness
Would be-
of the living color. Remember when he was in when Damon Wayans would do that? But we're so digressing. But no,
Oh, no, the phone thing. He
Oh, so
told you
good.
to tell this is
So-
part of the fucking
So he goes
Prince
to
song.
the garbage can and he drops his full handle, a beam, and all of a sudden you hear, because there's nothing in there in the garbage can.
Goddamn overly efficient janitation workers.
Damn you, janitation!
Damn you, janitation! You damn janitation!
He was like Charlton
engineers.
Heston. I'm the humanity.
You did it, you damn janitors!
So that's my Prince story. So I'm sorry. Oh, let's go back.
Oh yeah, right. What was
Those are
So how
great.
was the show?
Those are great.
Yeah.
They
Pr-
were
uh,
good
Prince
stories, right?
Paramount.
So
you
he
said.
never acknowledged you guys at all, Prince.
No.
I was
Singing.
hoping you were going to tell me like they did this
He
little
got up and
impromptu
started.
jam.
No.
Damn it.
No.
That would have been awesome.
Amazing. And guess what? Tiny man.
Oh, yeah,
Oh
that
yeah,
I've
no, I've
heard.
heard all that.
Beyond tiny.
Like 5'3" with heels on.
With
Yeah.
heels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If he weighed like 106 pounds, he weighed a lot.
Wow.
Tiny. And his bodyguards were so big. His bodyguards, like the guys like outside the cellar, like those guys that are just
Oh,
walls,
right.
like that big. Like they just,
Like the giant teddy bears with the small teddy bear heads.
yeah, like they pick up a
My daughter Daphne
Like I'm gonna
loves
get
those.
your face,
Yeah.
like just with a hole, like I can palm your face.
Yeah.
But like you're not even gonna mess with them, and they could be the weakest people in the world. They just look big.
Yeah, and there's always one of them who's like, "Can I see your ID?" Yeah.
And did you see Dave Chappelle do? Did you see the Dreamer?
I didn't yet.
Well, we'll discuss it, but maybe after the show. But he talks about having security. He goes, because the guy, and he goes, motherfucker, security, don't wear dress shoes. Like I needed you, and a little like that. The problem with having big security is like when you need them, can they really deliver?
Well, I've seen a couple of like TikToks of Taylor Swift security, and those guys are locked in.
Yeah. They got to be locked in.
They are 100%, like shows them going down hallways, and all they're doing is looking around, and they know where she is.
Oh, yeah.
and have like an arm's length to her. Like none of them are more than an arm's length away.
No,
from
because
her.
people are crazy.
But they also are very good at fading into like what's going on around her, because everybody's like and maybe it's part her too, because she's big waves to
Yeah,
everybody, and
yeah.
you don't see these guys who are like.
I know they're they're doing this one in the sleeve.
We used to
Taylor.
that from Saving Silverman.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever see Saving Silverman?
With Jason Schwartzman.
Yes, Jason Schwartzman. No, not Jason Schwartzman, but may as well have been the guy from American Pie.
Oh, Jason Biggs.
Yes, thank you. Jason Biggs plays it, and Jack Black is in it, and they're in a Neil Diamond tribute band. Right, they're friends since they were little, and they get walkie-talkies for one part, and they actually would go. They would make the sound. Like you don't have to go. We did that on the flight line in Kuwait during
just making the sound?
Yeah, we would go, and it was my buddy in weapons weapons loading. I'm like, weapons 1 scheduling, and he would go ahead scheduling, and we would have like all the young guys dying laughing on the flight line, and like the older people were like, "Hey, what's wrong with you guys' radio?"
Yeah, what?
I don't know.
It's like you have to do it so too quick again. Ugh, I don't.
No.
Hold
We'll
off,
get back
Tony.
to
We'll
him.
get
No,
back to
I'm
Tony.
allowing
We'll
this.
take a time out.
I'm
My
allowing
girlfriend,
this. It's fine.
my girlfriend. Remember when they had the not the Star Tech, the push to talk. No, not.
Oh no,
The Nextels.
Nextels.
Yes.
Oh, thanks.
Thank you.
Tony.
She didn't even
Thanks.
look
He's
at me
in-
to say
he's
thanks.
in the
See
phone
that?
cam.
She thanked you like you said it.
She had
I
to
didn't
work.
see the
She had
mustache
to work
telephone.
it up to. She had
So
to
on the
work up
Nextel,
to
so you
being
had
like,
to
"Thank
hit,
you, Tony."
like the push to talk, so you didn't use
Yeah.
the phone. So Nancy is a floor operator on a floor operator for. She works for trade shows, but she's on the admin side that books
Okay.
everything. So
Yeah,
she's like, for the show, she makes sure everything works out. And the fancy food show, I'll tell you a whole thing about like the guys and the Teamsters, and because there's people bring a lot of product and it.
Oh, you know, I have a cousin who does that job for some fancy company. They do a photography show at the pier, like
Those are
Pier
good, but
93.
don't forget, like if I piss off the Teamsters, I can knock out your electricity for your sausage thing and fuck you. So,
Oh, yeah.
So there's the whole thing. So anyway,
Oh, yeah, no, she has to deal with all of those
all
people.
those,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
there's like a whole bunch of guys that do it. Anyway. So anyway, Joan, I don't know if we ever met Joan. So every time Nancy was on the next show, she was like, "Go for Joan." So now forever, we're always like, "Go for Joan." And then we rented a house. Another digression, but I'll come back to Tony's topics. We were in a rental house up in Lake Winnisquam in New Hampshire. It was like an amazing house. I'll tell you that
Sounds
story
made up,
after.
but all
It
right.
does, but like offers about. But anyway, the guy had 2 routers, so people were like to get on the router and the Wi-Fi. He had like a board up, and he was the Dutch head of like Coca-Cola's marketing. I mean, he was like, "Don't go in the basement," and we were like, in the basement. And
All right,
he had
cloggy.
and he had those underwater things, those propelled you through under the.
Oh, that are always in like a James Bond movie
Yes,
or
he had
whatever.
everything. But
That's
anyway,
awesome.
the 2, which we found out later was his sons, but the 2 Wi-Fi networks was Garrison 1 and Garrison 2. So we were like, Garrison 1, this is Garrison 2.
Dude, we had tons of fun with the fucking the radios. Just anything. Like you just start like knowing that there's certain things that you could say that mean other things. Like we used to have the production superintendent, the guy who ran the flight line, would call us. This is when everybody in the military just got a cell phone,
Was
like
it
an
a bad
official
phone?
but it was hooked up through his truck.
Yeah.
The audio. So and it just sucked talking to him. So you'd scheduling Sergeant Plagainos. Yeah, hey Andy, and I go, "Okay, Sergeant." I would just like start screaming into the phone.
You're like, "Whiskey Tango Foxtrot."
Like so loud that it would feedback and cancel out the fucking the actual volume from the thing, and they pick up immediately like, "Okay, hey Andy, just like, yeah, don't fucking call me from this fucking speakerphone. I don't know who's in the truck with you."
Right. Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
I have a
Okay,
radio
Prince.
story too.
And we're back.
and we're back.
I have a
Radio.
radio story. When I worked at the phone company, we had radios because you're putting up lines and you're pulling cable blocks long, and so you have to get in contact on the radio. You can't see each other, and it can be dangerous if something gets stuck or whatnot.
That's hilarious.
So
Yeah.
Anyway.
well, I wasn't done
Phone
yet.
company wires are
We'll
high.
invite it in. I'll turn
Phone
your
company-
mics off. There, the mics are off.
What's next?
So the radios weren't working.
Right.
We were having
What?
trouble with them. So and this went on for months,
Telecom
and they
company with broken radio.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Say it ain't so.
and they wouldn't replace them. So as the union guy, I was always fighting with them. So one day I was like, "Fuck it," and I went. The boss had the radios in his office, but the office was open, but he wasn't there. I walked right in. I took all the radios. Right, I just took them, so that way he wouldn't have them to give them out.
Larceny.
Yeah, absolutely. And I had a big custom van at the time, so I just threw them in my van. A week
Was it
later,
the leg?
what? The leg? No, this
Nothing,
one I
keep
had
going.
2 legs.
Boss.
This one I had 2 legs.
Go
So
ahead.
a week
Go ahead,
later,
Charlie.
a bunch of us were going from work. We're going to the Met game. I think it was opening day. So we
Important
went. So,
fact.
This is the most Tony Walker story ever.
so there were
Because he's
I love
talking.
that we're not
So there were
nominated.
7 of
talking
us in the
about
van.
fucking Verizon.
There were 7 of us in the van. You see.
Where
And
you-
they went to
where
a Mets.
you-
Oh, you went to a Mets game?
So we were
What?
walking around
Opening
the parking
day?
lot, and one of my buddies grabbed the radio.
Who were they playing?
He walked over by a bunch
No.
of college guys who had a bunch of beer. He's like, "Yeah, I just want to let you know I've got a group here. They got beer. They're not supposed to be drinking beer for all during the tailgate. I might need some backup." And they're hearing him. They're getting all nervous. Sure enough, he walked over to them and said, "Look, I'll call them, tell them not to come, but you have to, I have to confiscate the beer." So they did. They gave him the beer, and he brought it back over to the van. But then we were like, "Oh, we can't do that."
Robbery
So-
from
no,
children
we brought it
and
back.
larceny.
We brought
That's
it back.
quite a story, Tony.
We brought it back
Ripping
to
off
them, and
kids? That's hilarious.
and we told them that we
Oh,
were
Did you
messing
ask them
with
to show their dick?
fucking
to-
All right.
teenager.
Show
Well,
me
thanks
your
for coming. Today's show is brought to you by Governors. Don't forget this weekend,
beer bag.
January 26th. Go anywhere but the brokerage.
Hear that, James? Hear that, James? He's sending
No,
people
come
away.
here. Come to
Hear that?
Levittown. Come to
Hear that,
Levittown.
James?
Yeah, woof.
We'll come February 4th then to see Laura.
Yes. I'm on an urban show, and I have so much urban material. It's so good.
I was like,
No,
that's a really good change of pace right there.
Okay, okay, next topic, Tony.
Yeah.
Why do you do so well at the urban shows?
Teddy thinks because Sicilian and blacks are pretty much the same person. Like, well, I think so. It's very fun. And again, for fear of not being racist, I'll do my best with what I picked up, kind of thing. So, urban audiences are difficult audiences for a couple reasons. One, they all think they're funny and they should be up there.
Right.
So they're almost like they come in with like a chip on their shoulder, like I'm funnier than you, blah 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 blah. So I'm challenging you to make me laugh. So you have to be that good. And also, they smell fear. So a lot of times people know that and they're nervous, and it's like an Apollo, like whoop 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 whoop, like chasing you off. Like if you stumble or come out fearful, they're gonna eat your ass.
Extra muscle in calf and smell fear. Okay, thank you.
Weak ankles.
Oh my God!
I'm
I'll
surprised
tell you
you
guys
knew that.
after something that was said last night.
So that is the so.
They seem to be loose, not like with a chip on their shoulder. Like they're ready for fun.
Ready for fun, but it better be fun.
Right.
Okay.
Because if it's not fun, I'll turn on you.
Right.
And anything you can do that like pokes fun at like or if you know like stuff going on, or if you can like bring up urban material but not condescending way.
Right.
Like I told you
right.
my whole wet dog thing is like that wet dog hit like that wet dog joke like kills.
Which is funny. I've not like I heard that years ago.
And a lot of people haven't.
That's crazy to me.
I know. And they're like, who told you? Teddy was like, how'd that get out? But it's and then a lot of times I shit on my kid, like my white kids. I like name them Trevor. And
Do they
stuff
pay
like
extra?
That. And they, that's a different
my bad.
category. That's your like German Scheiser, whatever. Anyway, digress for Tony. But I think that's what has happened for me. But then I also started with Teddy from the beginning, especially coming out of COVID. He was like, look, I'm doing this bar show in Harlem. And I was like, all right, I'll go with you. So we went up there, and it was like basketball games on, 8 people, like those type of things.
Yeah.
And we sat there, and I just talked about when I got tracks in my hair. Like I was getting, for a while I was wearing hair extensions, but I didn't know, it was before it became popular around here. So I would go
You're
up
like a
to,
fucking wig hipster.
Yeah, no, so I would go up to like,
Back before it was popular.
I would go buy the hair at Loop. That's a whole thing. But I buy the hair at Lugo's. It was you buy it by the ounce. Then I would go to an urban neighborhood, St. Nicholas, and like 168th Street to get, because my Latin hair cutter told me that was the best person, where they would like cornrow your hair. My hair would be cornrowed, and then they sew them in. They weft them. It's so much, but you get these cornrows, and then they sew them in with a surgical needle.
Right.
So that's how they get the extensions in or whatever. And they were like, how much does it take? I'm like, oh my God, it was 3 House of Pains and a Moesha, because they watched the UPN the whole time.
Right.
And the girl stopped to have dinner. I was like, girl, I got to go.
Yeah.
And she like stopped, and she's eating chicken and doing my hair, whatever. And I'm not even being racist. She was literally eating chicken. I was like, can you rinse your hands? I'm like,
A little bit. Spray some alcohol. I know you got some sprays and shit.
and then I would leave there with this giant thing of hair, because I didn't want them to cut, because they cut urban, which is a different way I totally cut it.
Yeah.
And then I would go to Merrick to get my hair cut by white people. It was such a like an ordeal, and like $600 when all was said and done. Or whatever. So anyway, I told that story. So they think that's like funny about like the white girl in the barbershop and you know, Boomba Clot I use a lot,
Yeah.
and anything.
So they would like a shower story from like a dude, I guess, from like a white dude.
What's a boomer clot?
You don't know a Boomba Clot?
Maybe by sight? I don't know what it is.
No,
I don't-
really. You don't run with Jamaicans? Or even in
I'm
the come on in
pretending
the
to
phone
know.
garage.
Oh, yeah, I knew.
In the phone, come on, in the phone garage, you a lot of Jamaican Verizon
Well,
guys.
I worked in Hempstead.
Yes, did they call you a bumbleclot?
No.
Bumbleclot, man.
No.
Bumbleclot is like the worst.
I've heard, you know what? I know it's legit because I've heard Fat Jay say it.
yeah, bumbleclot.
Does anybody know what it is, or are they just
Oh,
going to
we
keep repeating
know,
it?
we know. You can look it up.
He doesn't know.
No, I have no clue.
You don't know.
I've heard the word before. But
I think it loosely translates to like a bloody something off of a
Yes,
bumbleclot in the
it
Jamaican thing.
loosely translates from English back into English as...
Bumbleclot. Where's Bossy? He would know bumbleclot.
No, he wouldn't.
Yes, he would. Bossy knows bumbleclot.
Boomba clot is Jamaican slang
Oh, yeah,
equivalent to
douchebag,
douchebag or motherfucker,
Yeah.
makes sense,
often
yeah.
used as an interjection to express disgust or dismay.
Exactly.
I guess that's probably like saying supot in Tagalog.
But it means it technically translates. It's the blood clot. It's the blood cloth.
It's an insulting vulgarity that literally refers to either menstrual pads or toilet paper.
Nice.
So they use bumble clot. So my big how I end in an urban show, because the 9 urban people that listen, it's always like, and as much as I think I got it, I still don't know how to use bumble clot in a sentence. And they're all like, thank you, good night.
I be Boomba Clot scuttling all the place, man. That's
See?
what it says there.
Oh, was that Tony's Jamaican accent?
Hey, just a heads up, Fremder. Thank you for diming yourself out as to being slow.
Who's slow?
Fremder.
Why is he slow? Like slow?
Well,
like
they're kind of
spasm?
like with how fast this is moving.
Oh, we're fast.
And too many letters and words and whatnot.
Oh, so let's defer to it's like when you get an audiobook and you dial it back 0.5.
It's telling that the audience, the regular audience, is uncomfortable
with our rapid pace.
With what is not what Tony normally does.
Okay, so let's dial it back.
So,
Next topic, Tony.
Let's get everybody back in here.
What, dial him back.
By Tony, could you help us out here?
Tony,
please?
could you help us
I'd be
out?
happy to. I'd be happy
Okay,
to.
so
I'm
you
here
had
for you guys. I'm
Carlin,
here just for you guys.
Carlin, Prince.
Prince.
Mets, we stole beer from children. Next.
Oh, no, but it was okay because we gave it back.
We gave it back after we saw Titty.
After we had
No,
it.
we didn't
We
take
gave
a single
6 back.
After we pissed in
We
their
didn't take a
Michelob.
single thing. We gave it all back to them. We gave it back to them like seconds later.
That's a terrible story that you gave it back. You should have kept it.
no,
I mean,
we're
if
nice
you were
people.
going all in to intimidate children, you should have got a
They
prize.
weren't children. They were college kids.
Were they?
Yeah.
Did you check their ID?
Well, they had to have. They had to be over 21 to have the beer. At a Met game?
Boomba Clad.
Oh, my God, finally.
I knew
There it is.
I'm 21, man.
That's right.
Oh, look at this old Boomba
Please
Clad.
on your Boomba Glads.
Do you think people that are old enough to drink in a park? From 8th grade, my son's friends like, we're going to go to a Met game. I go, I don't even think they go in. They're like, tickets are $8. Because it was just because you could drink on the train and drink in the parking lot. Oh, Tony, you're so pretty.
No,
Go ahead, go.
no. See, we were
There's no hair to.
we were close to the stadium and they were openly drinking it. So there were cops all over the place.
Oh,
Yeah,
they
they
don't
were
want to
definitely
fucking get into
21.
any of that. The cops. They don't want to have to.
That's not true. That's not true at
did I
all.
tell you the
That's
story?
all they do at Met games is shut you
Unless
down
Now,
if you're drinking.
If you're being a
now.
Yeah, but this was only 15 years ago. They were doing it then too. They were
only
totally
15
doing it then
15
too.
years ago.
So a child born on that day would be 3 years away from voting, is
That's
what
right.
we're saying.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Okay. I just want to make sure. They probably,
15 years ago, open container was all the rage.
that story
That's
could probably has gotten laid.
That's
Has lost
Well,
its
now it
that
just
virginity.
sounds
story
like
might have a
jealous.
great pube.
15 years ago. Sometimes, and sometimes when the beer is skunked, it really brings me back.
All right, go ahead, Tony. Bring it back. Go ahead, next.
I saw a trailer for the new Amy Winehouse movie, and it looks really good.
Oh, good.
Oh, good.
So, this is I was going for like a Terrence and Phillip talking to Conan O'Brien in the South Park movie, and Brooke Shields goes,
Terrence.
"I farted one time," and
Go ahead,
Terrence
Terrence.
slaps Brooke Shields for saying that.
I do love that they were
That's a
Canadian.
great movie.
I love
Yeah,
that
it
they were
is.
Canadian.
Beady
I
eyes.
will,
Blame Canada.
I will. Thanks, Tony. I
here.
will.
My show.
You know what? The Wilson Jr. Really, I was racking my brains in the car with all these things, and I told you I had a
Oh.
goiter and a peg leg, but we can't use it. But go ahead, Tony.
Oh, we can.
No, no.
But no, I'm
What-
looking.
what-
What's
you
the
lost
name?
me. What can't you use?
No.
It refers. She's calling back the post. Her post.
The home improvement post.
What is the
The
name
home
of the?
I didn't. A home
No.
improvement
Her
post?
what she posted.
My reference to the
In-
neighbor,
where she
Tim
did, when
Allen's
she
neighbor.
didn't mention your name.
Yeah, when I
There was
failed
other thing-
when I
other
failed to
words.
at Tony Walker.
There were words in that weren't Tony Walker.
And I was going to
And
make a
those
comment
words
about
referred
that.
to-
This when Tony has to take out his Rogers, thesaurus, and then I go, I know he's going to be like, "What's Rogers?" So I just
No,
stopped.
I got that. I'm with you.
What's the name of this movie?
The Amy Winehouse.
The Amy Winehouse movie?
No, Back to Black. I think it's
Oh,
called.
I loved Amy Winehouse, so
I knew that, which is why
You
I
watched
thought
her
to bring that up
documentary
today.
and her dad, and it was,
No, I because again, like I cry at Folgers commercials.
You do?
And P&G commercials. Thanks, Mom. With the Olympics coming up, we're gonna get a new fucking crop of
Yeah,
them.
great.
What's a P&G commercial?
Procter and Gamble.
Procter and
Procter
Gamble.
and Gamble.
And it's like
I don't get it.
it's always like dear mom, dear mom, dear mom.
All those mornings.
Whoa,
me to swim.
Stop. Because like I'm actually starting to get goosebumps.
I remember.
from that,
remember
'cause-
when we moved to be near the training facility, and you had to leave your dying mother just so I could train for shot put. Oh,
They're all so like
in the arms of a stranger. Yeah, there's a lot. They're deep.
I'm gonna try not to.
You're welling up.
You were always there to pick me up. Oh my God! I got it out without actually crying.
It's coming though. Look at
You know it is. Like I
Laura,
can't.
$5.
I cannot-
$5 if you
He's
get
welling
you
up.
get you get a tear down his face.
Oh,
$5.
I get tears down his face, but
I
not
want her
that.
to get the $5 from you. I'll fucking cut myself.
Do you watch the dun 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 dun? You know that commercial with the German cell phone thing? How the old man, and then he gives it to his son with.
Now, if you really want to fucking hate yourself and just cry uncontrollably, Southeast Asian telecommunications commercials.
Really?
Thailand, not so much Cambodia, but Laos, Philippines.
It's not Laos.
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 You got to think like
Who
it's
says
Laos.
it's Schwarzenegger?
Laos. It's in the Southeast Asia
Yeah,
region.
the corridor.
Vietnam.
In the corridor.
Laos, Cambodia, Burma, Myanmar. Actually, they don't call it
Thailand.
Burma anymore. It's Myanmar.
Yeah, Istanbul with Constantinople.
Actually, the Thai ethnic people are the entire region from India all the way into Southeast Asia.
You lost me on geography, Andy.
Right turn, Clyde.
Okay, so go back to Tony.
Yeah. No, I was trying
What,
to get
all
there.
right, what movie makes you cry? What's like the saddest movie for you?
Oh my God, the champ! Stop it!
Oh,
All right.
Wake up, champ!
Toy Story 3.
No,
Which one is that?
some
That's
with
the
Jesse.
prison-
When
Oh,
he
with
gets
that-
older.
No, that's the prison break one.
Is
Yeah,
it
what-
Andy gets older?
Where they're
No.
on the conveyor belt?
Andy gets older. They end up bringing the toys to the kids.
thrift center.
No, to the kid. That's 4. The kids, the daycare.
I'm embarrassed. You know this.
No. My kids were perfect for this.
Right, I'm a hair older, so I will defer.
Is this
to
on
your
the conveyor
children.
belt with the one where they getting
They're
thrown out?
in the incinerator.
Right, yes.
They're all sitting around there. And through the entire series of movies, this is why it should have been the last one. It's a prison break movie because they
Yes.
make like that they have to escape from the
I
kid.
agree, yeah.
The child care
And
place.
but
they're in they get put in the dumpster.
Oh, to get thrown away.
They get taken to the facility. They're in the incinerator.
I'm gonna go home and watch it.
And they're all looking at each other, and Buzz is like, Buzz is the last one of positivity. That's like, what are we gonna do next? Like, what are we gonna? And they all just look at him like,
They're like, it's
This is
it's
it,
over.
Buzz.
Yeah.
It's over. I'm gonna
yeah.
go home and watch it.
I can't, and I have to say it so I can back out of this. Is the alien save them with the claw?
Oh, thank God. Ooh.
Yeah.
Like seriously, like it is something I cry at the drop of a hat.
Saving Mr. Banks. Do you know that one?
No, not really.
Oh, have you watched it?
No.
Go back and watch it.
Which
with
one,
fresh
Saving?
eyes. Saving Mr. Banks is the story of how Mary Poppins got made.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'm not
with,
gonna watch that.
Colin Farrell, and it's wonderful. And
Right.
and Tom Hanks plays
It's
Roy Disney.
it's great like Nazi propaganda.
No,
how
no.
bad are the Jews?
What it
in that?
really is
Well,
like,
and Disney was a big
is-
racist.
What
so.
it really is like Disney wanted to buy. He was making the movie and she was like, "Don't make it childish." And all of a sudden, you see like Step in Time and these. She's like, "These horses."
I heard you cast Dick Van Dyke.
Yeah, she was crazy.
How much
over
more
it.
childish can you fucking get?
And she was mad, and she would not give him the right. I mean, he was making the songs and all those guys like, and it really is. The movie is honestly, the movie's really about it's her dad is Mr. Banks and the fly the kite, and she goes. They go back to her young life, and they lost money, and the father was an alcoholic, and he lost his jobs at the bank, and it really,
Yeah.
it touches.
Well, It's a
me.
Wonderful Life. I bawl through the entire It's a Wonderful Life.
Mary.
Oh, Zuzu, I could eat you just right up.
My car, where's my car?
Well, Mr. Potter, if that's the kind of person you want running the savings and loans, well, I'm going to get in your way.
Hee-haw, stop.
Yeah.
I'm going to marry you, George Bailey.
Teacher says every time a bell rings, an angel gets it. Well, that's just totally right, Suzo. Oh, his
Well,
brother.
give me that phone. Yeah, your wife. Who sends a kid home with a jacket on? But yeah, I've got a good mind to come over there.
The best is actually the Saturday Night Live, like how the extra footage
The
that was
lost
found.
ending is the fucking greatest with Dana Carvey, and they're like, it was
John
Potter.
Levitt's Potter is fucking amazing. You've seen
Dana
this, right?
Carvey, George Bailey, and
Look
these-
it up. If anybody's not seen
I
this,
don't
you
know
have to
how.
look it up.
I mean, if it doesn't have 30, if it doesn't have, it should have more views than the Cat Williams Shay Shay interview.
Which, hey, that motherfucker didn't say nothing wrong.
Fucking so great. Okay, go ahead, Tony. Next.
Yeah, what's next?
Yeah, we're winding down, Tony. Let's get
Cat
to
Williams. I was going to talk about that.
What are you? Let's see your list.
He, it was on my list. It was.
Okay.
But yeah, you're right though. I don't have it now. I don't see
Of
it.
course he doesn't.
I who was I talking to about it? I was talking to somebody about it already. But why? Like, and I brought this up already on the show. But you take a band, and a band will play another band's song, and everybody's cool with it. Oh, they did a great version. Why can't a comedian do that?
Of course they cannot.
And why?
Because okay. Do you ever listen to Comedy Gold Mines with Kevin Hart? He's now expanded to other people, but in the beginning, he literally went to top comics and asked them about their origin story. And literally, all you have is your word. And Joe Coy is a big thing. Like people like when people come for Vic or they go, oh, do the hits. But Joe Coy says the element of a joke is the surprise. And it's like if I'm in a band or I'm in a concert, I can rely on props. I can rely on like literally it's you and your words. And it comes from it's like when I think almost like Harry Potter, like the fact that it came from your stuff and it's your perspective and your thing. So you've written it because of either some story or your creativity. It's yours. And when I tell it once, the element of surprise is the best part.
Right.
So
Okay.
if you come back again and hear it, it's now almost become like spoken word, right?
Right.
So the element of surprise, I owned it. It's mine. So when you rob that from me, it's so fucking, it's almost like you took your child.
All right, but
It's like taking a
And
picture of like
also-
an Aboriginal person.
And also when Cat Williams says that joke, let's say by the time he heard it, someone big, he fucking busted like my angry period and stuff like that. Like you perfected it, a tweak, a sound. You have fucking nerve to come after I've nursed this as and I've brought it to this stage, and you're gonna fucking come
All right, well,
take my baby.
I have three things to what you just said. First of all, I'm not disagreeing.
Prince didn't like getting covered.
Yeah.
That's true. He did not. But I can't think of anybody else who didn't.
Well,
There's
because
gotta
there's
be.
money attached to it.
Yes,
There's
usually-
money attached.
Oh, that's
to
a
it.
whole.
So
That's a
Publishing,
completely
yeah,
different
yeah,
story.
blah, blah, blah,
Yeah,
blah.
that's a whole different.
But there's
thing.
no publishing with comedy.
Right. There's no. I mean, some people
Okay.
trademark a joke, and also that it's. And if I'm how many
Sniglet. That's the last time.
Rob. Oh my God, the bun, the part that hangs out of the bun. Oh my God. So Brad Hall.
Cinema
Anyway, he
goof.
was so fast for him. Anyway, Robin
I
Williams
didn't know.
would go to. It's the story that supposedly that he would go to the Comedy Store.
Yeah.
And just steal people's jokes.
Right.
And
then he would pull his checkbook.
yeah,
out.
yeah, and
Right.
his age would be like, here's 250, here's 250. And taking, when you're taking almost from people that don't have, it's just, it's so unkind and mean, but I have no platform on stage. Cat Williams had a fucking platform that you could be like, I was on, it was being shown on BET. And you're showing, they did the one, did you see now all the clips that are coming out from the guy from Designing Women, that like Bubblicious, but my initials? Have you seen that thing?
Right. No, I haven't, but
I'll show you, but the guy, I keep
Mushash
saying it.
Taylor.
Yes, thank you.
he's here for a reason, folks.
Whoa, sometimes. I was going to say Mekhi Phifer, but so you got me, yes.
Racist.
Whatever.
Yeah, and
And next, Bumblecott. No, so it's callback. No, he did a joke about but my initials, that it was a guy that and then they show the clip side by side. It was done in 1987 on Designing Women, and fucking Cedric is closing with it, killing in 2020.
Oh wow.
That's fucking bad. And unless Cedric could say, like, well, I wrote for them in 2020, that because the premise, and people say that parallel thinking, I get it. There are some things.
Get that to a certain degree.
I get some of it, but if it is like the cadence, the joke, I think it is the worst because if you have a platform and you really worked on something, and you see somebody telling your jokes and getting left and seeing them get the joy of your. I think it's the worst. And I was told up front, and don't be a joke book. I mean,
Oh God! Somebody pulled that shit at me in the fucking.
But if you're a joke
night.
book person or a thing like fucking, you do that. I can tell it's a joke book joke or like don't be a joke book comedian, blah blah blah. And then people we could off the air like.
But unless we're unless we're workshopping, don't sit there, open your book, and start reading jokes out of your fucking book to me while we're hanging out after Mike.
Yeah, because it's
like that happened to me last night. I just kept saying it, like the guy kept, and I just was like politely stood there high, staring at the ground.
You're like knock knock stop. I stop knock knock. Who's there? That's not your joke.
Right.
What? Not your joke. Who? That's not your joke. Who?
Yeah. Yeah. Who? Turned it into a Fat J
So
joke.
what is your take on it?
Well, first off, because again, I'm comparing it to music. So if a band is just playing, there's no royalties or anything involved. If they're playing it just like live in a club or in concert,
Right.
Yeah.
they're just paying homage. They like the song. Now, but also, and I'm again not disagreeing with anything you said. However, you did even point out, say, like you
But
used
don't
Vic
they
as an
all-
example.
but-
People are saying do the greatest hits, so they want to hear these things again.
Agreed. But from Vic.
But don't they often, musicians are very good at this, going, this next song is a song by Mr. Bob Dylan. And
Yes,
I've changed some of this
100%.
around, and this is in tribute. Thank you, Bob, for all of the
All right.
memories.
But-
Okay, here we go. I'm at a Billy Joel concert. Joe Cocker had just died, and he said the great Joe Cocker, and he said this is, and he sang it in a Joe Cocker thing, and he said
With
I
a
get
little
by
help
with a
from my
little help
friends.
from my friends.
Right.
He said Joe Cocker, and I was in a suite, and these dopey 20-year-olds next to them who knew no Billy Joel song were like, oh my God, it's a song from Wonder Years. That's so great.
Yeah.
Like that's the only song they knew. But he said this is Joe. If Bernie Mac says, I'm going to pay homage to my boy, Cat Williams. He said the funniest joke, and I have permission from
Does that
Cat.
make it okay?
I think so.
Yeah,
If I,
that does.
Okay.
That does. That's
even
a-
you're splitting hairs, but I've said this joke is so good because sometimes I'll tell her I'm talking to someone, I'm like, my friend Rick said this great joke, and maybe even in honesty, he'll be like, Laura, please don't tell my joke, or something.
Right.
Like when I do Teddy's like, oh, regarding what, and and we'll joke whatever. But I'll be like, Teddy's great, and I took a class. And this girl, I don't even know her name anymore, but she told a joke that she was like, oh my God, remember when you'd be on a date and you would fart and you were like, oh my God, I'm going to sneeze to cover the fart. Now, since covert, you fart to cover the sneeze. Like, that was
yeah.
such a great joke, but I will never say that's not, I mean, as funny as it is, it's not mine. It's
Right.
somebody else's. And
Right.
I've told you like the thing about the guy, about the copper
Yeah,
tone ad. They're not mine.
There's public domain jokes. Like a lot of them are street jokes. Like we talk about Jackie. But it's his
nothing
art.
original.
His art is putting it.
And his art is fucking remembering it.
Exactly.
That's
like
the gift.
So when somebody else is doing it, they're not necessarily ripping off Jackie. But if they would do the same jokes that Jackie was doing, then that would be a ripoff. You know what I'm saying? Like there is like a whatever the input is.
Yeah, I got you.
As like what the output is. I caught a lot of shit for talking shit about Sam Smith when that whole Tom Petty thing was happening.
Right.
Because my point was with that is you cannot tell me, not Sam Smith,
But
the
some of his
producer,
producers-
the record execs that are listening to this before it gets put out.
Your legal department, stop it.
You cannot tell me. But you're doing this for a reason. Probably, maybe if you can sneak it by, you sneak it by. But when Tom Petty sues your fucking ass, it gives the thing more promotion. And you sell more. It's the bad publicity.
The publicity
is good
will
publicity.
help it too. So, and I think Cat Williams, listen,
Cat's helping all those motherfuckers.
I think Cat's helping all of them. I think it's giving them a topic to talk about, and I think also Cat really spoke for the little guy who gets fucked left, right, and center. And when he said, he goes, ask the 43 comics that I took on the fucking road, and if he's not, and he didn't come out to be like, I'm going to come out and roast Steve Harvey and Ricky Smiley. They went on first and disparaged Cat Williams.
Right.
And whether I'm a Cat Williams fan or not,
I'm
or
a
whatever,
huge Cat Williams fan.
I was a Cat Williams fan, but then his Cat Williams when he would go to the Comedy Store and when they were on that kick where people we were going to do 6 hours. When that was that period, people would comics would go. It was a whole thing for a while. They're like, see if I could do 5 hours. I learned after, like, the poor staff was like in tears. Was
Yeah.
like, because I can't go home, things like that.
Yeah.
People like, I got to see Cat Williams for 5 hours. And the girl was like, I've been here since 11. I want to go home. So that part of it. So there was a period where people were like, I'm just going to see Chappelle riff or something like that, which is amazing. You're like, one day I saw this.
Right.
But I listen, he said I read 3,000 books. I mean, he is Cat Williams. You have to, like, take a lot of it with a grain of salt. But fucking them. And Shannon Sharp is probably like, motherfucker, hooray for me. Hooray for him.
Well, what? Cat, what you talking about?
And how hot
I
was
love
he?
Shannon Sharp.
And I have a fucking crush on him. Some
Shannon
lady
Sharp's
was
like my favorite tight end of all
I
time.
need a man to talk to me like that. Sitting with his tight shirt, his leg up, and all like,
Oh, I can put my leg up.
He's
no, you can't.
man
You
brand
put
man.
your leg up on the table.
yeah, I can take it off. Put it on
You
the
could
table.
put your leg over in the couch and still run the fucking
You can
show.
put your leg in the car, Tony.
Yeah.
Yes.
So go ahead. I'm sorry. You had 3 points. Let's go back to one word. Listen, for the last 15 minutes, give him the
I
one
don't.
word.
Did I not?
Oh my
I don't
God!
even
Yeah.
remember what they were.
Hold on, because exactly what I said, Gina just posted.
What did Gina say?
I agree. Totally different than comedians, but remember, in music, if someone steals a sample, they are getting sued.
Yeah. So there you go.
Or if a musician's song
Yeah, but I'm not-
too close and is to one that is out, because then you have
That's different. I'm not
fucking
talking about
Sheeran.
that.
I know.
I
but
even
it's-
said in concert they cover a song.
No. And absolutely, but this is where the
fight.
reaction comes from. That's right.
It's not a fight.
This is where the reaction comes from, though, because you're never gonna know. But like, what'll happen? I told you there was somebody at the contest who said it, like, did somebody's joke, and then I get a text message from somebody else being like, "Hey, he did a joke." And I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't know. I'm not the. I can't keep track
I'm
of.
not the
every
arbiter of. Yeah.
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
you said
too.
arbiter?
but I backed off.
No,
because
don't. I did that for you.
I am not.
I'm not the
gatekeeper.
judge.
I am not gatekeeper.
Gatekeeper too big. Judge.
You understand, Knockem dead. Audience, yes.
Arbiter
all right, I
from
hate
the
Andy
Latin
now.
root.
I did get some feedback last week when you were yelling at them and did you
Oh,
call
no,
them
no.
stupid
Yeah,
fuckers or
yeah,
something?
yeah, something like
I got
that.
some feedback on
Good.
that. Yeah.
What mic? What
Gonna
mic are you
get them
talking about?
talking.
Are we talking about the Oakdale mic?
No, West Sayville. No, the
so
Oakdale. Oakdale is on
Mondays?
Monday, and it's Bohemia, really, technically. This was Thursday. This was last night. Mike Ellison's mic.
There's a mic here too, which I just saw.
Yeah, no, a couple of the guys had gone here and everything.
Because when I got here, they were like, "Come do the mic and stuff." And then James said, "He goes, look, do you want to go to McGuire's?" Which I thought was very generous of him because I haven't really been around. Whatever, I had a whole story of my kids anyway.
Right.
And he was like, "You want to go to McGuire's?" I was like, I thought I was like being punished. It was a fucking packed house.
No, McGuire's
great.
is
It was a
great.
great show.
McGuire's
Yeah,
a
man.
great
Les
room.
was the host. I'm gonna mess up her name. Palma.
Palma.
Palma
Laura
was on
Palma
it.
or so?
No, Palma's her first name.
Yeah,
The
she
one-
hangs
I
out with
guess I
Carrie.
haven't-
with Carrie. Yep.
Oh,
yep.
okay,
She's got,
there you go. I
she's got
haven't-
5 kids. Then it was Palma. Then it was the FBI guy, Vinny D'Agostino.
Right.
Great. Then it was me. Great. Then it was Keith Anthony.
Oh wow!
I love Keith Anthony.
Coming out of retirement.
I've seen him
coming
a few
back.
times recently,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
he just.
He retired?
Well, no. He was not
Slowed
doing
down.
as much.
I didn't know that.
Retired from his other job, and now he's
Oh,
putting
okay.
more effort into this. Me and then Mick Thomas was the headliner.
Oh, wow. That's a great show.
Great show.
That's a lot of fun right there.
And
That's a good lineup.
and an audience like unbelievable.
Right. Well,
It was so
you were
good.
in Suffolk, so.
What's that? The bar's lower?
No, we're better at
We're
being
good
crowds.
laughers?
Better crowds.
Are you? It was a really good crowd, and I was talking. I do that vagina joke. How don't sleep with underwear. Do you ever hear me tell that joke?
I don't think so.
How the premise is like whatever my mom told me, I believed her.
Yeah, no, I know. I know that's out because you have a couple of
So,
jokes
a couple
in
of
that,
jokes
right?
like that. So my mom said you can't sleep with underwear because your vagina has to breathe. And some guy was like, "Yeah, I know that one." I go, "Okay, Suffolk, I guess you have a vagina." Like, all right, I guess.
Hey, Suffolk.
Whatever, no
Ha-
judgment.
It's from the handbook. I'm glad to see you got one. You know, does yours still have that new pussy smell?
It was good because it was the Kiwanis of Sayville fundraiser.
Oh wow.
You know about the Kiwanis?
Well, I know who the Kiwanis are. Yeah, they're
was
bigger outside of New York.
Well, not really, because I was a Kiwanis educated youth key club in high school.
No, I understand the key,
Yes.
but out west,
They're big.
everything is Kiwanis sponsored
'Cause
or
you know, my
Lions
husband's
Club.
an
Lions
Oddfellow,
Club.
Masons, Freeman. There's a
Yeah,
whole
yeah,
bunch of
yeah,
them.
yeah. No, they absolutely.
So I went up and I led with my key club material, and I said I wanted reparations because in 1983 I was in a slave sale. That's what the Key Club did. They auctioned off children,
Yes.
child labor, and for $7
For a day or
a
whatever.
woman bought me to clean her.
$7.
$7.
You $7 trollop you.
She
That's
told
a
me to help
whore, you guys.
clean her basement. She was a hoarder. Wet newspapers. I got a wet egg salad sandwich. So I wanted reparations last night from the Kiwanis.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
But then I said, and I will thank them though, because I went to the Key Club convention up at the Pines in the Catskills.
Could you imagine though, like, hey, slaves, we're gonna
I
send
go-
you to a convention of other slaves.
I go, I hope.
You're welcome.
I go, I hope.
Slave
I
con.
You're
hope,
coming back.
I hope you guys have eliminated the slave sale since 2003, since 1986. So anyway, but I said, but I thank them because I did get finger blasted by the treasurer from Latham, New York during song night. So all good, Key Club.
Yeah, Key
Oh,
took on
good.
a Key Club took on another meaning at that night. It went back the next
No,
day,
but let's give it back to Tony.
memory
Go ahead,
lives
Cat
on.
Williams. What do you got else, Tony? It looks like you wrote your book report there. You got some more stuff.
this is useful.
No.
It is.
This
Oh,
is
It
what?
is.
tremendous.
Because sometimes we're just out here swimming, right?
Wilson
I can't
Jr.
come up with anything.
Who was
He's-
Wilson Sr.?
I
So
never.
much.
Okay, so I never watched Home Improvement ever. I've never seen an
Not
episode.
a huge fan. Not for the Pam Anderson, the Tool Girl. and
No,
the
no,
whole thing.
dude. There were porn magazines.
I guess you didn't
There
have
was
to
Playboys that with her in them that I could track down
Yeah,
somewhere.
why wait to see her?
Why am I going to see her with any kind of
I
clothes
think I like
on?
the her.
So I knew Tim Allen from his comedy, but you know what it is I was just older than the Sons.
Oh, because that's the age difference. Or
I
whatever,
was
so
about like
lied.
4 or 5 years older than them, and so it was like girls that I knew were obsessed with
Yeah, so you were
JTT.
angry. Yeah.
And so it was like I am never going to
That's
watch
Justin
this fucking show.
Taylor Thomas for you, Tony. God.
And it was too many letters. I didn't want to use too many letters. Is that okay
Jittit?
with you?
Jittit. What's a jittit?
All right, so Cat Williams, you had 3 points. I'm sorry, we didn't get to all 3.
Did I not get to all three?
I don't think you enumerated them
I don't even remember.
clearly.
The greatest hits.
What a host.
I don't even remember anymore.
I will
Nice
wait.
hosting. We'll wait. You don't know how much I love Andy and I both being dicks. It is the fucking greatest.
I didn't even know we were going to be dicks until
I didn't even know.
I saw the post, and I was like, I didn't respond to it, and I almost didn't tell you about
And
it.
I was excited.
I was gonna wait until you come in and be like, "Wow," and just like fucking lay into you.
And I was excited.
But it worked out a lot better that Tony's the bad guy.
Yes, and I was excited because I was like, Mr. Bentley. I mean, I really wanted to put effort into this, but
Right.
now, no, it was Tony's agenda. God, what do you have next after Cat Williams?
No.
Check. Next.
Go ahead.
Next.
What's Mr. Bentley?
No.
Go ahead,
No,
please.
we'll save
You're
it.
my guest. I'm asking you to tell me what
He
Mr.
was
Bentley.
George Jefferson's neighbor.
Oh, the English guy. What about him?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter now.
She
That
said
guy
it
was
earlier.
also on. Wasn't he also on like Sesame Street or the Electric Company or something? He was
You're
on one
talking
of
about
those.
Morgan Freeman. You're racist.
Yeah.
No, I'm not talking about Morgan Freeman was on the Electric
And
Company.
it's not Egg Begley Jr.
Or JMJ Bullock.
JMJ Bullock, which was not Jim for
Right.
years.
JM.
JMJ Bullock, who was on one of my favorite shows that does not really go down in the annals of big.
That was also for you
Jim J.
guys.
Bullock
That was
was
for you
down
guys.
the anal.
That was in. Oh, that was not in the. When you go to classic 70s, 80s sitcoms.
Yeah.
Too Close for Comfort was fucking great.
That's
was
kind
a
of
great
like
show.
to me. That kind of really is more of like for white people anyway. The standard of that like middle '80s
yeah.
sitcom.
Because I can, so you have your Silver Spoons,
Family
Ricky
Ties was
Schroeder.
also Family Ties sort of was the face of it.
But it was so. I mean, you had your Punky Brewsters,
Too
you
Close
had
for
your
Com-
Alf, you had. There
Yeah,
was
but they were
so
in and
many.
out. Alf, oh my God, that's why.
Harry and the Hendersons.
That's
I mean, there's a
why
lot.
I hated the Cosby shows because Alf was like the #1 show on Thursday nights or whenever it was.
Did it get a lead in from Cosby?
No, because it was on a different network.
Oh, you know that guy wound up being like a crack pedophile. The
Sure, Willie. Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about. Jesus, Alf, I just like to touch some little kids, not all of them.
Paul
well, that's
Bennett-
great, Willie. I like to
Paul
eat
Bennett,
pussy.
what was he
Paul
on?
Benedict, who played Harry Bentley on The Jeffersons, was on Sesame Street.
Oh, was he?
Hey, guys, Tony's right.
Tony.
I'm soaking it in because it doesn't happen much.
Tony's right, or is the internet right? Internet confirmed it.
Well, internet confirmed.
Okay.
Wikipedia.
And again, he was on the Sesame Street, clearly Muppets, another male. Yay, misogyny.
Yeah.
Yay.
See, it's all full circle here.
Right, full circle.
See, and that's the genius of what I do here.
Oh, genius.
Circles inside of circles.
Like a genius bar, huh? Go ahead, next, Tony. What do you got after Cat Williams? 10 minutes left. Let's go.
10 minutes left. Where are you this weekend?
Nowhere.
Nowhere.
I know.
What?
I know.
Who? Wait a minute. Who are you? What'd you do with Laura Patton?
I'm going to
I
Kelpie's
know.
Mike tonight. That's out in Bohemia.
I really,
Ronkonkoma.
I really wanted to. I mean, the day's not over, but I really wanted to be on Mark Riccadonna's show, either host or guest or something, because I adore.
Well, he brought Jim Bryan.
Yeah, he's bringing some, but I don't know who he's hosting.
Jim's great.
Jim is great.
So I love Mark, and I was going to ask Mark. I don't know the politics.
He's
of
very
it.
He
Yeah,
blessed,
generous.
whatever.
he
No,
blessed
he is.
me.
He's very
Contact him because he.
No, I know. I've done shows with him in Philly. We did shows in a sex club. Did I
But
tell
even
you that?
here, we interviewed
Oh, Mark is a
him,
doll.
and then he was like, "Hey, come down," and I was like, "All
I
right."
may, but that's such a weird
I-
vibe. They
I
come. I may
would
come
be-
down tomorrow. I
would
could.
I will
contact
be
him.
in this studio with him tomorrow afternoon.
Oh, how come? What are you doing?
We're
show?
just recording some stuff.
Oh, Mark is great.
Yeah, he's great.
I mean, you know what, maybe tomorrow I'll just come on because my husband's watching football.
So,
but
well,
maybe I'll
he's-
come down tomorrow. And I'm not like begging for. I like to watch Mark. I did a show.
He's playing that tonight too.
Yeah, no, I know. Because I asked, I'm like, can I help? And I'm not sure, even sure if that's the right thing to do. Whatever.
No, I think
It is.
that's. I
I
actually
asked.
think
I'm
that's
not-
100%
Did you ask
appropriate.
the town or you asked the club?
I would ask the club,
club.
first.
The club.
I did.
Okay, there you go.
What did they already have somebody scheduled?
No, I didn't. I didn't get a reply.
All right.
It's hanging in. I think I was left on unread. I'm not sure. So I don't know. But listen, it's fine. It's fine. I work last night. I'm nothing bad to say. But I do like Mark. But I wasn't like, oh, can I open for Vic or Rodea? I was like, it's Mark Riccadonna. But I love Mark. So Mark, I met Mark through Christy, and he would do that Hot Topic thing. And Mark's great. And
Chrissy Unleashed.
Yeah, and I was trying to do. I do have people down in Philly. It's just without me working, I'm like cautious to like travel. Whatever. It's all this off my garbage. But anyway, Mark invited me, and I had a bunch of people down in Philly, and it was called the Velvet Whip.
Nice.
It was a speakeasy. You had to get into it under bunker doors,
I think either I've heard the story from him
or maybe
or
me.
you or both.
And
even.
maybe I've shown you pictures of like the gynecology table and.
Oh yes.
Yes. So I did that show
Yes.
with Mark, and it was so great. So it was Mark, myself, and a magician.
Gemini.
No, not Kepi, and a singer, Justin, the guy who does the music. Great. This guy, Justin, that he works with. And the magician, Kepi Durbin. Anyway, he went to magic camp with Harrison Greenbaum, who is by far my favoriteest comedian. I adore him. And I don't want to name drop a little, but I was at Gotham's holiday party Monday, and there were a lot of, and I saw Harrison because he just came back he's a magician. Well, anyway, weirdly, my first time I did a live show, like July 2020, July 2021, when I did my first Comedy Cellar, showcase from the class or whatever, Harrison was at the Olive Tree. And I was like, oh my God, Rick, blah, blah, blah. And then the guy I was with, Charlie, was like, oh my God, I taught him in Hewlett because he's a Hewlett High School guy who went on to Harvard, and he's brilliant or whatever. I have to tell you to listen to to the 9 people listening, go look up Harrison
11.
Greenbaum. 11, thank you.
I'm one, you're the other.
Go
true.
look up Harrison Greenbaum's Governor Second Amendment bit. I think it is by far one of the smartest, funniest
rock and
bits
roll.
I've ever heard. And anyway, Harrison Greenbaum is amazing, and he's also a magic guy. So he was out, he did 650 shows. He went out to Vegas for like a year and change, but now he's back in New York. He's so good.
Right.
He's so funny, and I just adore Harrison. So he was there. So I got to, it was a good, some people are like, oh, there used to be bigger name, but it was, there's a lot of people that, a lot of people don't know, do you go in early? Do you go in later? But it was, I'm just blessed to be somebody's +1
I hear
and
you.
go, and so many people were there, and they do a really good job. They have a band upstairs, which is a little loud because we people that talk for a living, and we're all like, me and Roach are like, hello,
Yeah.
hello, can you hear me? Roach had to go to the car and get his earplugs. He was like, this is so hard. We talk for a living.
I play drums, and I have to get here.
So they were upstairs, and then downstairs was the was the DJ and the photo booth. And then at the end, Chris, who, Elise's boyfriend, oh my God, he shouldn't be known as Elise's boyfriend, but Chris that runs Governors, I can't think of his name, it'll come to me. Anyway, he ordered pizzas at the end of the night, and I was there with Carla and Mike and Mary and Michelle were there, and just, it was a lot of, like Regina, I think that opens for The View, who I love, and there were a lot of faces, like there were bigger, last year I think people were just coming out of thing, but like Harris Stanton and Wally Collins, and it was... I'm still a fan, and I just walk around and be like, "Oh my God, I'm staying in the same room as blah blah blah." And
sometimes it's nice to just
like Kerry was doing something
bit.
at West Side, so then Kerry and Brian Scott McFadden came over later,
nice.
and Christy, and then Teddy, who just did he did a spot at Rodney's, which they said is really nice.
Oh yeah,
good.
And so I'm going to start moving over there because they put him in rotation. And
Evan
stuff,
Weiss is producing something over
Yeah,
there.
no, that's
producing. It's
How
a
the
spot.
hell did that
That's because
happen?
Alan Carroll.
I'm joking.
Alan Carroll have been giving him less and less.
Yeah, and if a room's a room, and especially because they're doing a lot of produced stuff because it takes so long. Because Tight Pants Productions did something. I get why you would do a produced show, getting your shaking the things. I know, but it's like Evan Weiss and Aaron Burke. I was like, get the fuck out of here.
He's hired Aaron a bunch of times.
Aaron was at the show the other night and walked in with his fur coat.
Oh
Aaron
yeah, he was
great.
pimping. He was pimping that night.
Oh my God! And
They came in here.
Oh, did he have the fur coat? That's his look lately. Because he had it on Monday night.
Oh, you were here Sunday for that?
No. That was I was somewhere. I don't remember where I was Sunday. But when at Monday night, Gotham.
Andy's got to pee.
Andy's got to pee. Well, Tony could carry it. Monday.
Not that anybody would know that.
But look what he's drinking. That's a lot. Monday night, his jacket has been like a thing, sort of like Chris DiStefano wearing the glasses now. You just sort of run with a thing for a while. But I had done a show with Aaron's wife in Saratoga when I went.
Who's his wife?
Christine. I'm going to get her name.
I didn't know he had a wife who was a comedian.
Yeah,
I didn't
she's
know that.
really, really funny. Oh my God, I'm going to be so upset if I don't know. Christine with an M? Christine.
Christine?
No. I was going to say Christina P, but that's Tom Segura's wife. You talk amongst yourself because I don't want to not know her name.
Well, all right.
And
well,
get it wrong. Go ahead.
All right, so we'll push February 4th while we're here. February 3rd and 4th. February 3rd, come see a great murder mystery show in Hicksville. It's a special fundraiser for the Nassau County PAL Special Needs Unit. And then February 4th, the very next night, come see in the Giggle Room a special taping for a new reality show called Christina Can, starring Christina Holloway. She's actually a singer, but she's starring in a new reality show where she goes out and tries different things. And she's going to be trying her hand at stand-up comedy. So she's going to come out and do 3 minutes. But also on the stage that night will be Darren Greggs, Dara Jamont. Do you know Dara? She's out of the city.
Yes, I know Dara.
Oh, okay.
I know Dara. I met Dara at Loca. The ladies
nice.
at comedy. Dara's super nice.
And, of course, Laura Patton will be there. I'll be hosting. Fudge is headlining. Looking forward
I
to
love
that.
Fudge. You know Fudge
is
stands
great.
for stuff. I love Fudge.
What does it stand for?
It's he'll tell you, but it's ask Fudge what it stands for. But it's not Fudge. It's F.U.D. It's like
Right, yeah.
Yeah. So Aaron Berg's wife, who's hysterical,
Yeah.
is Christine Meehan Berg.
Oh.
Christine Meehan.
I've heard of Christine
Yes,
Meehan.
yeah.
I've never heard the Berg at the
Yeah,
end.
yeah. She's his, I think they have a young daughter. Maybe they're married 6 years, 8 years, something like that. She's great. She's really funny, and she's an unbelievably nice person. And she does stuff with like special needs kids. She was a gymnast when she was younger, so I did a show with her, Ashley, Austin. We were up in Saratoga, and they put me on a show that they were doing with this girl, Erin Hawks, and
very nice.
It was really, really nice. So, yeah, what else you got, Tony? Oh, and don't forget, push my show.
January 26th at the brokerage.
Yes.
He pushes every show.
Thank
so
you.
He's very good.
Pushing your stool.
What? Well, that too. What do you have anything this weekend?
No, we're just doing some mics.
And you're feeling better, it appears.
Oh yeah.
Would you have syphilis?
I had pretty much the modern version of it, COVID, over Christmas.
So I'm going to give you a quick. So I did a show with Theater 3.
You, I know, and that's like literally 5 minutes from my house.
Oh my God! For a second, I'll give you the 1 minute. So it was Art Schill. So it was a Paul Anthony show. So
Right.
it was Art Schill, Cloonan,
Right.
Jack,
Yes.
Paul does stuff. John Santo was the headliner,
Mm-hmm.
and then this other guy that I'm so sorry I can't remember his name. And Calucci.
Rich Carucci.
Is it Rich? I think so. A younger guy. He now has diabetes. He does a bit about diabetes. Maybe it's not. No, it's not Rich. Whatever. He knows my mother. I'm so I think it's John.
Right. Okay.
Whatever. Anyway, it'll come to me because he came and did a guest spot. So we did the show and it was all men on the show or whatever. So two points to the show. So I said, one I came out and said, as a woman, you don't know what I have to do to get on this show. I said I had to blow all these guys. And do you know how hard it was for me to make Art Shale come? I thought that was a great bit. That was number one. But now to say not steal, John Santa, who I only know from pickleball, I never saw his. John was great.
John is great.
Yeah.
John is great. A setup punch.
Yep.
And he does bits, but it's so funny. He does a great bit. He went to pick up medicine, and then someone says date of birth, and he says 69, and the kid said 19, and he was like, no, 18. I'm here for my miracle pill. And he moved off it. And I was like, John.
No, there's so much off of
There's so much. So all week I've been like, I'm here for my leeches, for the bloodletting. My family is home with a bout of the cholera.
Even look up, I can't remember America's first serial killer because he pretended he was a surgeon.
Really?
Yeah. From like the Chicago World's Fair in
the
late
Jack the Ripper
1800s.
guy?
No. Well, there are people that are like, he might have been, but he was too busy killing people
Killing
here.
people, and killing whores. But who hasn't? But John, I was like, John, you can do.
Oh God, there's like three,
forget the
at least
threes
3 or 4.
with like picking up your medicine, like penicillin. Oh, what's that? I'm like, John.
What, the bread shit?
So I would see if I was a bitch or like a bad person, I would run with that joke because they're not really John's, but the premise was so good. And then he also had another really, really good joke, which I thought was funny. He had a choice to go to the Giants game, and then he was supposed to go to like a craft fair with his wife, and the wife got mad. Have you ever heard that joke?
No.
So the wife got mad, and she was like, "Who do you love more, the Giants or me?" And he's like, "I don't have a shirt. I don't have a jersey that says wife."
Yeah.
John was a delight.
John's hilarious.
And I
Yes, he
carpooled
is.
with John, and John was really. It was a joyful night. I mean, we were saying like,
He's
and
a
then we
good
were at
guy.
the diner, and
Yeah, he always because he's very into piloting and aircraft. So when he learned that I was in
you could
aircraft
totally nerd
maintenance, like there's so many like conversations I've had with him, and he's just like the most
and his
pleasurable person to have a
impressions
conversation.
were people love. I am not a huge impression fan because I'm like, you
It's
hit
the
you
birthday
didn't get
messages.
out.
The birthday messages. That's what's worth it.
Yeah.
Have you gotten a birthday message
From him when he.
When it's your birthday, yeah, he leaves
Yeah,
you a
I'll
voicemail.
play you, and then what I try to do back to him. I try to give him something in kind, an impression. Like one year, I was actually driving on my way here, and John Santo wishes me a happy birthday. I'm listening to it on Northern State Parkway.
John, if you're listening, I need a birthday message. But
And
anyway, October 5th.
So I'm like driving. I'm like, oh my God, and I did a hi ho. This is Kermit the Frog. I am calling you, John, to wish you a happy birthday, and don't fuck any pigs, like kind of thing. And I said, but I love because I ended up doing Pacino in Scent of a Woman for
John.
For John,
Yeah.
So
he was. Oh, is that someone good?
No,
Oh,
never is.
oh.
sorry.
Well, I guess there you go. All
right,
there
yeah,
you have
no,
it.
hey,
So
let's
I will.
back up off of this.
I will beg for Mark Riccadonna. No, I won't. It's fine. Is that John?
I want to wish you a happy birthday, and I'm gonna say in Italian, "Buono compleanno." That means happy birthday in Italian. I know this because I googled it. I'm going to leave you now because I know that you are busy. Hope you have a nice birthday, nice Italian dinner, and maybe some cannoli cake. Or whatever cake you like. It's your birthday. Arrivederci.
We play. I'm in that little pickleball team, our pickleball
Right.
squad. So it's LaRocchia, Les, Harry Freeman, the two Les's, and John. And John was hurt for a while. But you're supposed to rotate to be fair or whatever.
Right.
And Santo and I have decided we're not rotating, and we have to be partners. And we both are so confident we lose every game, but we're not giving up. We get better. And when he hits, he does a big thing from Ted Lasso, Zava. So whenever he hits, he's like, Zava.
So here's what I said to him.
In honor of your birthday, Mr. Santo, please enjoy this selection from Scent of a Woman that has been altered to personally fit you on your birthday.
Mr. Santo doesn't want it. He doesn't need to be labeled still worthy of being a birthday boy. What the hell is that? What is your motto here? Happy birthday to you? Happy birthday to you? Happy birthday to John? Anything short of that, we're gonna burn you to the stake? Well, gentlemen, when the shit hits the fan, some guys run and some guys blow out the candles. Here's John facing the fire, and there's George hiding in Big Daddy's pocket. And what are you doing? You're gonna reward George and destroy John Santo. Happy birthday, John.
That was good. How come we didn't end with hoo-ha?
Yeah, I didn't want it to be like too
Okay.
stereotypical. Like for somebody like John, it's in my mind. I'm gonna do
Oh, harder. You're gonna work harder.
and
hoo-ha would be a cheat.
it's what everybody would do for
I would
Pacino.
do hoo-ha.
So.
Your womb is so polluted. Like that's what I would do, and then leave.
See, I just love that whole message. My wife's maiden name is Baird.
Oh.
A bad man. What the hell is that? I've been saying that for years.
Right, so you use it.
Yeah. So.
Like my friend is Amanda, and we always go, Amanda, hug and kiss. Like you just can't. Whatever.
Yeah, you can't get away from it.
So here we go, Tony. We wrapping up?
We're done.
Sorry, cool.
All right. So also on a governor's stage this weekend. Let's see.
There's a lot. They got a lot of
Anthony
stuff coming.
Rodia this weekend. Jeff Goldberg, Steve Rocco. He's doing a show in the
Just
Giggle Room.
Rocco, I think, no?
Yes, no, he's just Steve Rocco now. He dropped
yeah.
Perillo completely. Courtney Otera's there. Eric Cassin's got his show in the Giggle Room this weekend with Carl Okerson and Sean Brown and Johnny McDonald.
Oh, Michelle's show. Don't forget Michelle's Israel show on the 25th. Did you get to that?
Oh, yeah,
Yes,
that's on the
please.
25th.
Is that sold
yes.
out already? She's
Still
got
a little
to
Not
early.
that I don't think so. I don't think that's sold out yet. So that's the 25th. Laura's show's on the 26th. Mark Riccadonna this weekend at the Brokerage. JJ Ramirez this weekend at the at McGuire's.
And very quick, Mark Riccadonna's story. Carla was telling the story. They were like, Mark Riccadonna. Jay would always talk to her about Mark Riccadonna. And then he used to work at stand-up, and he doesn't. And they were like, he's like, yeah, Mark Riccadonna. And she's like, wait, she always thought there were three people, Mark, Rick, and Donna. That I give credit
Mark
to Carla.
Riccadonna
Just remember, she's a lawyer.
He got married right here on the stage. at
He
Governor's.
did?
Yeah, Dre got married.
He's
yeah.
so nice.
He's great. Yeah, so that's it. And Mark Riccadonna, Richie Byrne, Drinks, Jokes, and Storytelling. Another episode comes on Monday. We're out. Thank you, guys. Now, are you coming back next Friday? Was that the...
Yes, I will.
Sweet. So I won't be here next Friday.
Imagine.
Were you here today? When did you get in here, Tony?
I just came in to shut the buttons
Good
off.
thing Tony was here.
Somebody's got to steer this ship.
Right into
We'll
the
work-
iceberg.
We'll workshop some more Miss Piggy.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Titanic of Gov's podcast.
Ladies and
I am
gentlemen.
the COVID comic. That's me.
What's a COVID comic?
I was the last one to perform in a Governor's Club before we were all shut down.
That was the last taste in your mouth?
Yes.
Well,
I
wouldn't
never heard
say
you
that.
complain.
There wasn't enough to taste.
Andy would know because it's all in your
You were
mustache.
the last
What?
one at Governor's, the flavor saver.
It was actually
What?
at the brokerage. I went on last, so I was the
I was
last one.
there.
And Governor's wasn't open
You were
that
the
night.
headliner?
It was
No, it was a class
true
show.
shooting
He brought
class
the
show.
most people.
Yeah. It was
Bring her.
it
Bring her,
was
Tony.
It was my first stand up. My first night.
that doesn't
performing.
count.
And can we give a shout out for a newly up-and-coming comic, a friend of mine who's a very funny comic, Dennis Hannon.
Dennis Hannon.
Do you know him?
No.
He will be on
Just a good hype man.
27th.
You loaded me up by Fire Off.
Dennis will be on Tom Kelly and Friends
Oh.
in the Giggle on the 27th.
Of January?
Yes, so
Very
let's hear.
nice.
And Tom
Janvier.
Kelly was at the party too. Tom Kelly's
Kelly
very
is
funny.
awesome.
Tom Kelly's Massapequa Mom bit is golden.
Yes, it is.
Golden.
I agree 100%. Tom is great. So there you go. Lots
There
of
you
stuff
go.
going on. Govs.com is the website. Go there and make reservations.
Do it now.
We're
it
out of here.
now.
Thank you guys. Nothing. Felix. Nothing in here this weekend except for Felix on Sunday. At 7, I think. Let's Eat Long Island and Beyond. It's 7 o'clock on Sunday. And then I'm back here on Monday with Eric Cassin. We'll be here.
Eric Cassin?
Yeah. Yeah, he's doing the show.
He was just
tomorrow
on
night.
on Tuesday.
The 22nd, it's a Monday. I'll be in here with almost everybody that's performing with us on the 4th. Most of them are going to be in here.
On the 22nd, what day is that?
It's a Monday.
I might have to be working in an office in Woodbury. Let's talk, Tony.
Ooh, all right, exciting.
No,
all right.
it's not.
Oh, all right, never mind. All right, everybody, enjoy your weekend, and we'll see you later. You experience at a Knockem Dead Comedy Murder Mystery Show. Suspense, excitement, love, more love, violence. Well, not really. And of course, some music. Knockem Dead Comedy is the #1 murder mystery troupe, entertaining thousands of people for over 20 years.
You have a great night or what? Good.
Their hilarious murder mystery shows are full of audience interaction from beginning to end that will keep you laughing all night long. Their shows are not to be missed. Knockem Dead Comedy's murder mystery themes include a mob show, a redneck wedding, a high school reunion, a family reunion with a luau theme, or your own custom show.
Johnny, you have a good time tonight or what? Had an awesome time. All right. You had a great time. KDC, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, all right.
Fundraisers, private parties,